High school football is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's game is between the 5-4 Marple Newtown Tigers and your 9-0 Strath Haven Panthers.
And Fisher at the 40, at the 50, foot race now, they will not catch James Fisher, he will go 92 yards.
Straight ahead, this is Fuskis, cuts it back to his right, into the secondary, first down and more, still on his feet, midfield, 40, 35, one man to beat, Ifani can't get it.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods, published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scarpagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulginiti, Andrew Kauffman, and Mike Mayer.
One week ago, we started our pregame by honoring a number of Strath Haven seniors and their parents and their families and their teammates and so forth. Many of those parents, families, and seniors were waxing nostalgic as we are months away from their graduation and hopefully another month or more away from their football season ending. So senior night had a little bit of a twinge last week, but maybe not so much in the sense that the Panthers don't expect to be done playing football anytime very soon. That being said, that group of seniors really probably can't quite remember the last time Strath Haven won the Central League. For as dominant as they were in the 1990s and 2000s, they were kindergartners the last time it happened when Strath Haven and Ridley shared the title back in 2010. But here we are tonight in Week 10 of the high school football season, just 48 minutes away from Strath Haven perhaps sharing another Central League title, the first in 12 years for this group of seniors, Panthers, players, coaches, and fans.
Woohoo!
There we go. Thank you, Mike. So Mike's here. Mike Mayer joined us tonight. This is Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play tonight from Harry Harvey Field at Marple Newtown High School, where the undefeated 9-0 Strath Haven Panthers look to grab at least a share of the Central League title tonight, pending the score of Conestoga at Garnet Valley. Garnet Valley does not want to give up their 4-year run of Central titles so easily. So unfortunately, those two teams will not go head-to-head this year. That would have been a fantastic football game, but we'll have to just worry about that on paper and in theory. But in the meantime, Marple Newtown here, losers of 4 of their last 5 games, trying to right the ship and get some momentum leading into Week 1 of the playoffs next Friday evening. So both teams are playoff bound. They are playing for bragging rights. They are playing for seeding and certainly momentum, Mike. You want to feel good about how you're playing leading into action next Friday. Strath Haven, we know, will be at home. Marple Newtown at this point, barring an upset tonight, very likely to be on the road. And so in front of us, you see the Strath Haven Marching Band, but shortly we will also have senior night for Marple Newtown. And for this group of seniors at Marple, this very well could be their last home game, barring several upsets leading into or during the playoffs. So, Mike, this the orange and black tonight, I don't expect them to just roll over and just hand this off to Strath Haven easily.
No, never, because, if you're not having a good season, then the best thing can happen to you is you take on Strath Haven or Garnet Valley and beat them. So Marple definitely wants to come in and try to upset us and take the title away. And if momentum isn't a key, if you want to talk to somebody about momentum, talk to the Phillies, who had a very mediocre year at best for the most part and came back on strong with the playoffs. So, and it seems like, Haven's healthy. They're staying healthy, knock on wood. They're playing extremely well. They really haven't been challenged this year too much. They've played a little sloppy in the first half and kept the game tight, and they kind of turned it on the second half. But at the end of the day, it's been more of a of a situation where they've really come in and dominated a lot of teams. So, the playoffs are going to be interesting. The first series of the playoffs is again, it's going to be lower rung teams. So we'll go from there. But, as it gets in, every team is a playoff team. They want this is one and out. So if you lose, you're gone. So this is absolute, I don't want to say desperation time, but, you can't afford a mistake. You can't afford a bad game, because if you can't play well and you lose, you go home and turn in your equipment. And that's going to be a big motivator to every team we're going to play, including the people that play us.
So tonight, with the kids playing tonight, again, all of them are assured of playing at least one more time next week. But for those who are wrapping up their high school careers tonight, and there are many across the state of Pennsylvania tonight will be it. It will be the last time they put on their pads. So, again, we are thankful for the atmosphere and the energy that is high school football in Pennsylvania. It's a fantastic football state. And, again, for those whose careers come to an end tonight, we are thankful for everything that is contributed. And, playoffs, we do not know just yet, of course, what Strath Haven will or who they will be facing next week. But there will be really drilled down to just a handful of teams who are in the mix. So very likely to be the 2 seed is Strath Haven tonight, unless there's an upset at Upper Dublin where Quakertown can maybe knock off the undefeated Cardinals. But shy of that, Strath Haven is locked in at the number 2. They cannot fall to number 3 even if it doesn't go their way tonight. So they will be the 2 seed or better.
Right.
And so if you're the 2 seed, you will be playing the number 15 seed, and that could be any number of teams. Could be Sun Valley, it could be Academy Park, it could be Oxford. It could also be Upper Merion if they lose to Methacton tonight. They're just almost, I don't want to say endless possibilities, but there are a good 5 teams that Strath Haven fans should probably be ready to consider later after we hear some results from Radnor's another one that's in the mix. If Radnor beats Pencrest, they could be the 15 seed tonight. Sun Valley, Oxford. Oxford could very well be the 15. If they win against Sun Valley might be out altogether. So, again, there's a number of different things that could happen. We'll know a little more at midnight tonight.
Right. But the good news is no matter who we're playing at home.
Yep.
So, next Friday night, make your plans. The game will be at 7 o'clock. I mean, things can change, but the odds are 99% that it's going to be at home. That's a positive. That's definite. And then, probably 7 o'clock start at George L. King Field at Strath Haven Middle School. We still don't know yet whether we will be broadcasting video or just audio. That's still up in the air. They're still discussing it. So we'll announce that on our website when we find out. But at the very least, if you can't make the game, you will get the game live one way or the other.
So we will do our best to get that. Continue with the production that we've put on for the first, really the large majority of the season, just aside from week 1. So Mike Clancy's on the camera again tonight. He's been fantastic. Thank you very much, Mike. And Pete, Andrew, and Mike Mayer, of course, doing all the hard work that makes this thing go week after week.
We do this stuff. Yeah. We get to look on YouTube and see how to do this stuff. You, on the other hand.
Well, but I don't have to touch really any buttons this entire broadcast.
That's
you guys
the way
make it easy.
Be. But you're always good enough about helping us clean all this stuff up and putting it away.
I can pick things up and put them down with the best of them.
That's
so
right.
Anyway, with
well,
that,
your wife taught you well. That's a good
right.
thing.
So, in the meantime, we're getting introductions to the senior cheerleaders for Marple Newtown. There are 12 senior football players who will be honored shortly as well. And again, thankful to the Strath Haven Marching Band for another terrific performance, this time pregame. We will also have updates from around District 1 and District 12. Thank you in advance to everybody at the Daily Times, the Daily Local out of Westchester, the Pottstown Mercury, a number of reporters who are affiliated with PA Football News now. We will go fast and furious as best we can to keep you updated on scores. If there are any upsets brewing, we will try to call them out during the game action as well. But I would encourage everybody watching and listening tonight. I know the Phillies are on tonight. We'll all be engrossed in Game 1 of the World Series. But if in the background, beginning at 10 o'clock, you want to tune in to WPHT, that's 1210 on the radio dial. You can also get it on the Odyssey app. The high school football scoreboard show with Jeff Nolan and Kevin Cooney and Brian Hensel. They will also have Kyle Berger on, former play-by-play man at WNPV, who is really the guy who compiles the points for District 1. He'll be on beginning 11 o'clock tonight, and we'll have a pretty good rundown of the 6A playoff picture and the possibilities, as well as at least a pretty solid skeleton of the 5A. There are some games tomorrow that will have impact, namely Academy Park and Chester. That's a biggie. Academy Park is in a situation where they're very likely in the playoffs. In fact, I did a number of projections over the last 7 days that tried to find a way that they wouldn't be in. I couldn't find one. It would take numerous monumental upsets for Academy Park to be out. But should they beat Chester tomorrow, they could leap from 15 all the way up to maybe 10 or 11. So that would shake up things pretty drastically. We won't know those answers until sometime mid-afternoon tomorrow. So with that being said, we'll try to keep you posted.
Is there a seed meeting on Sunday or Monday?
Yeah,
Sunday night.
Sunday
afternoon.
It becomes truly official on Sunday afternoon. We will hope to get you some updates before then. I think in the wee hours of the morning tonight, I will have a pretty good skeleton of it before I get on a plane or I start heading to the airport at 3:30 a.m. So I'm out of town, but
I'll
we'll
look
figure
for
it
the
out.
update on District 1 site to post that. That won't be official on Saturday morning, but it'll, short of somebody coming into this seed meeting and saying, oh, no, you guys calculated wrong, which I've never seen happen, by the way.
There have been a couple things here and there where, over the years, where even a swing of one game out of a District 3 or District 12 can shift things 10 points or so and maybe change a seeding, but it's not usually an in or out circumstance. You're right, Mike. I think we'll probably have a pretty good feel for which 16 teams are playing next week, the order of which may shift somewhat based on just a handful of games tomorrow afternoon. But in the meantime, Strath Haven here, looking to go to 10-0, coming off another big win last week over Upper Darby, 35-7. Marple on the wrong end of it last week with Ridley, lost 42-7, only put that one touchdown on the board, were plagued by some turnovers. Ridley's defense came to play last week, but Marple Newtown has had trouble stopping the run, and again, that's not what you want to hear before the silver and black comes into town. And you can see they just made their way to the far sideline. They are in their road whites tonight with the silver helmets, black numerals, and black pants. Led by head coach Kevin Clancy. He of the 341 career wins, 274 of them are here at Strath Haven, and 275 tonight would clinch his 12th Central League title, the last being back in 2010. Marple Newtown in their black uniforms tonight with orange helmets, orange numerals, and white trim on the sleeves. And
if Mike can turn the camera towards the Marple Newtown crowd, this is going to be their senior introductions, I'm assuming. There he goes. He's got to hear us.
North end zone. Mike is on it. So he's been fantastic in our new venture this year. Chris Gicking in his 9th year already. Hard to believe. Feels like he just got started. But coming off a 9-4 season a year ago where they played Strath Haven twice. Once in week 2 very early in the season, and then they met up in the second round of the playoffs. And again, very similar scores, 42-13 and 41-13. Strath Haven had the running game going last year and would hope to do the same again tonight to that wing T attack. Just running through tacklers left and right through the first 9 weeks. Marple Newtown, what struck me as we're putting together the starting lineups and the roster, very young on defense. They will start one senior tonight if they follow up with the same lineup as they began last week with Ridley. They've had some injuries that have really limited what they can do. But, the upside of that is, look, you can come into your off season and walking into next year and say, hey, we bring 10 guys back on defense. Yeah. Boy, that's a really good starting point for Marple.
Well, it's the nature of high school ball and college to a degree. But, of course, in college, particularly if you're a big school, you can recruit your help. I mean, you can go after things that you need. In high school, in spite of some people complaining about certain schools recruiting and stuff, the vast majority of schools, obviously, take what's in their neighborhood. And, of course, from that, other schools, private school stuff, will take from that group for their own schools as well. We'd like to believe it's not due to sports but other reasons they want to go to a different school. But the bottom line is that, a high school coach, for the most part, if you want to see who a good high school coach is, see a high school coach who consistently is, 7-3, 8-2, 10-0. Because over the years, he can't pick his talent. He's got to work with what he's got. And Clancy has certainly had his tough years. We've certainly witnessed a few of them. But by and large, Strath Haven is considered to be a class program. You're going to have your down years. You work through them. And here we are again. Last year was a good year. This year's a good year. I suspect next year's going to be a good year. What that means exactly, no one knows. But the point is, you look at your talent, you look at who's coming up, and when you've got a Marple Newtown or you've got a particularly young team, next year I think Springfield is going to be very difficult to work with. I think Conestoga may have something to say about stuff. Ridley's probably, Ridley had a bad year this year. They'll be 7-3, I think.
Yeah, right.
That's a bad year for them.
Right.
That's like, and Lower Merion would kill for 7-3. So, it's the beauty of high school football, and you got to be a true fan because, we've all been here for 20 years. And we've seen some great years and we've seen some not so great years. But it's high school kids and it's the rah-rah and the band and the field and Friday night lights. That's why we're here, because we want to make it as special as we can. We like bringing it to people. We like the kids seeing our product. And you have a tough year. Okay, you have a tough year. What's coming next year? There's always a next year for the fan base, and even though the seniors may go and student body come and go. And as you pointed out, these kids were at Strath Haven were in kindergarten last time Strath Haven took a district title.
Took a Central League title.
Central League title.
Central League title. 2021 was when they last took a Central
League
District League title.
That was the first time in how long? So, the reality is that you kind of pick your neighborhood school and you go to the games and you enjoy the product for good or for bad. Obviously, no kids are kind of working halfway or not putting their all into it. And that's what makes high school football so exciting. It's these kids do or die, no matter good team, bad team. They're out there throwing it all on the field, and, they win, they lose, they lose. You move on to next week or, as we're talking about, next year.
Senior parents, families, players, cheerleaders, all being honored tonight. And again, striking that there are a few of them, more than they want, certainly, out of uniform tonight due to some injuries. So, again, Coach Chris Kicking trying to get this team ready to rock and roll as what we're projecting right now to be maybe a 13, somewhere in that 12 to 14 range in terms of seeding. Likely a road game next week, but boy, wouldn't they love to surprise Strath Haven tonight here on the home field. Tigers 18-24 all time against Strath Haven. The Panthers looking to make it 25 wins since the formation of the high school back in the early 80s. And Panthers have won 3 of the last 4 meetings after a tough stretch in the, say, 2013 to 2017 range. There's more than a few down years there for Strath Haven as the numbers dwindled, but they have built back up, and again, defending district champions. They'd love to add a Central League trophy to the resume sometime a couple hours from now. We will try to get you updates. Speaking of others in contention in the Central League, we'll try to get you updates. A few of us have family members at Garnet Valley hosting Conestoga tonight on their senior night.
And here comes Marple.
Marple has their seniors, juniors, and sophomores, and even a couple of freshmen in that bunch that just ran out onto the field and made their way to this near sideline. Coin toss forthcoming in a moment. Captains are getting themselves together for Strath Haven over on the far side as they walk towards us at the 50-yard line. Left to right, number 89, Ben Faribault. Number 40, Bob Fuscus. I'm sorry, left to right, Anthony Crawford was hiding. Left to right, it's Anthony Crawford, Ben Faribault, Bob Fuscus, and Sam Milligan.
Well,
all of them two-way senior starters.
You can hide a truck behind Faribault.
That's right. And for the Tigers, number 5, wide receiver defensive back, Brian Bogan. Junior offensive tackle Andrew Curlin is the biggest man on the field tonight at 6'6", 300 pounds. He's your left tackle. Josh Tiger Wesley is starting senior center and defensive tackle, along with number 10 quarterback left-handed junior David Bertolini. So Tigers will receive the opening kickoff. We will get things started as the orange and black will move left to right as we begin Week 10 in just a few moments. We'll be back for for the tail end of the Star Spangled Banner and the opening kickoff. You're listening live to high school football. 1 week till playoffs, but Central League title on the line when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
That's the Star Spangled Banner by the Marple Newtown Marching Unit, sitting to our left outside the press box. Thank you to everybody here at Marple Newtown for getting us set up in the press box. Tigers Radio Network guys, Dave DePasqua, very helpful beforehand. Jim Alsman always in prepping in the days leading up to, and of course Chris Gicking, the head coach, who also doubles as the athletic director here at Marple Newtown. We're thankful to be in the booth once again on a beautiful night for football. A little bit cool weather, under 60 degrees here, but clear and ready to go.
A couple of quick early updates. Upper Moreland doesn't have anybody back to field the kickoff, and Plymouth White Marsh recovers the opening kickoff at the 37-yard line. Also, in other District 1 news, Bishop Shanahan leads Chichester 6-0, 10 minute and a half into that game.
Plymouth White Marsh could very well be the 4 seed when this all shakes out, if all goes well against the Golden Bears tonight. And would be the opposite side of the bracket of the Panthers. Westchester Ruston shaping up to be the 3 if they take care of business tonight against Unionville in what might be Pat Clark's final game. Longtime Unionville coach, former coach at Marple Newtown about 20 years ago as well. All right, Tim Steyer has it ready to go. Standing deep to return, the ever-dangerous Brian Box, along with 23 Brett Wolski. See what the Panthers do. Do they want to send it deep or perhaps sky one short? Steyer going to send one deep, angling towards Wolski, who catches it with his heels on the 10-yard line. Up the right sideline, looking for running room, steps away from one man, into the arms of A.J. Glavichik and others, and squirts his way to the 31-yard line. Tigers get the offense on the field first. Starting lineups for the Tigers include Dave Bertolini at quarterback, Brian Box and Paul DeFrucio are your running backs, usually just one back. DeFrucio will line up in the slot quite a bit. Wide receivers include Brian Bogan, Joey Yukonevich, Santino Fortimono, and we'll see a number of others as well. Center is Josh Tiger Wesley. Guards Gavin Cooney and Jason Bennett. Jake McGowan and Andrew Curlin are your tackles. We'll get to the Panther defense momentarily. 1st and 10. From the 30-yard line, Bertolini in the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Box comes in motion out of the slot. Looking for room off that left side. Panthers swallow him up, and down he goes. He'll lose a couple as Austin Connor moves beautifully off that side. Really good moving laterally off the line, and Box will lose 3 on his first carry. Speaking of Connor, he leads the defensive line. At one defensive end, in between them, is Ben Faribaugh and Jason Williams. Jordan Drain gets the start tonight at defensive end as well. They will rotate Cole Miller and perhaps Jay Curtis on the line as well. Inside backers Anthony Crawford and Marco Kauffman. The outside backer is Bob Fuskas. Strong safety James Fisher. The corners Chase Nangle and A.J. Glavichik. Sam Milligan stands in center field as the free safety. Empty backfield this time. Motion again from left to right. This time they fake. They throw the hitch to the boundary side. It is complete, and making the tackle after a short gain, Chase Nangle wrapping up number 13. That's Alex Gillen on the grab. So looking at the stats for Marple Newtown earlier this week, I counted 13 different receivers who've caught at least one pass off the arm of Bertolini this season, and it's, again, that short passing game serves the purpose of a decent run game a good bit of the time. So expect a lot of that short hitch game and so forth. A lot of it to the boundary side as they set up on the far hash. 3rd down and about 8. Bertolini sends a man in motion, looking out to his left. Now over the middle he goes. It is deflected and incomplete. Crawford in coverage. Not sure. Kauffman might have had a hand on that as well. But incomplete it falls. And 3 and out go the Tigers to start things, and they will bring on the punt team. Not a bad start for the Panther defense. Nangle stands deep to return, along with Sam Milligan. And on to punt it is Luke Moyer. He stands at the 20-yard line. Snap is a good one. Moyer with plenty of time in, lets it go. Good kick, backs up Nangle to the 34-yard line, looking for room up the far sideline, steps away from one man. Nope, nice work there. An ankle tackle at the 37 by Brett Wolski, the freshman, in coverage. And the Panther offense starts in good field position, just shy of their 45-yard line. Panther offense includes the quarterback, Sam Milligan. Anthony Crawford's your fullback. Austin Connor and Bob Fuskas are your halfbacks. We'll see Chase Nangle, James Fisher, and others in there as well from time to time. Tight ends tonight, Ben Faribault and Ryan Weinberg. May see Andrew Kauffman in there as well. Or Marco Kauffman, rather. Carter Laws, your center. Pilson, Jeremiah, Luthold, and Brown round it out. On 1st down, give us to Anthony Crawford. Crawford spins his way down into Marple territory, 10 yards on his first tote of the night. That'll move the chains. 1st down, Strath Haven. Well, Crawford comes in averaging almost 9 yards per carry. And boy, this is what the Panthers want to do. They've got size up front. They've got 3 really big, solid, strong backs behind them. And Kauffman now split to the left as a tight end, flexed out. Gives to Anthony Crawford one more time. He'll bang his way to the 40. 6 more. And a 2nd and short upcoming.
Look at the defense.
Tiger defense includes Jimmy Halley at defensive tackle alongside of Eric Janda. Defensive ends are Jacob Eck and Jake McGowan. McGowan very active this year. 57 is someone to keep an eye on tonight. Lou DeLuzio, Jason Bennett are your inside backers. The corners and Luke Moyer the outside backer. Corners, Trey Savior, Joey Yukonevich. Safeties, Paul DeFrucio and Brian Box on 2nd down and 4. From the 40, play fake and sweep to the right side. This is Austin Connor. Lots of running room, and he turns upfield, lowers the shoulder, bumped out of bounds, but 1st down Panthers. They say he stepped out at the 28-yard line. Good work there by Connor. Another guy with a hefty yards per carry average. Picks up a bundle on his first tote of the night. 12 more for the Panthers and another 1st down.
Yeah, Panthers are doing exactly what they like to do at every game. They just peel off the yardage. It's an incredible thing to watch, which is not only obviously the running backs. The line is doing a great job.
Fuskas wing to the right. Crawford and Connor behind Sam Milligan, who may be making an adjustment at the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends on 1st and 10. From the 28, give inside is to Crawford, and he'll bump his way, spinning through 1 tackle, and he'll lunge down to the 20. Give him 9 more. My goodness. Now 8 more maybe. He just threw 1 man to the ground there on his 3rd carry of the evening. Gavin Pilson checks back in. He rotates in at guard. Cole Miller is going to rotate in at defensive tackle and offensive guard. Pilson, Jeremiah, and Miller very effective at guard all season. Good. Miller coming off an injury.
Got an update from Garnet Valley, 7-0.
All right. Jags on top of Conestoga early. Here, Strath Haven, 2nd down and 2 from the Marple 20. Milligan under center. They toss to the right side. This is running room for Crawford. 1st down. He's going to lower his shoulder and bang his way down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Good work there by Crawford. And it'll be a heavy dose of 32 in the early going, I would think. 7 more for Anthony. And they'll snap it next from the 13. Panthers with a lot of running room off that right side tonight. In the early going, Marple with 9 men in the box trying to slow things down. Fuskas shifts to the backfield. Wing to the left is Connor. It's Fuskas off this left side, cuts inside, spins his way inside the 5. So Bob Fuskas on his first tote of the evening. They'll put him down right on the 5-yard line. Give him 8. Panthers come in averaging over 8 yards per carry. So people are saying, well, can they throw the ball? Why don't they throw the ball? That's your answer.
Yep.
8 yards a carry is why they don't throw it much. Clock ticks. 7:19 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven trying to cash in on their first drive of the night. It started at their own 45. Now just 5 yards from pay dirt. 2nd down and 2. T formation behind Sam Milligan. Again with 9 in the box. Marple trying to slow things down. Give inside is Anthony Crawford. He bangs his way in for the touchdown. 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. And Anthony Crawford in from the 5, his 21st touchdown of the season. Quite a drive, Mike.
Yeah, it's all Strath Haven. It just was a classic drive for them. So, 55 yards in a blinding dust and in for the score.
Milligan will hold for the extra point. Evan Menaker to snap. Ball, picking it up as Milligan couldn't handle the snap. Rolling out to his right, looking. Now he's going to keep it himself and duck inside the pylon. Strath Haven 8, Marple Newtown nothing as Sam Milligan takes it in for 2 at this 7-minute mark. Stick with us. Be back in 30 seconds. Get a Twitter update out there with your score. Strath Haven 7, Marple Newtown nothing. Tigers looking to bounce back when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. It's a fast-moving first quarter as the Panthers doing some work on the ground with their opening drive. Set 8-0. Panthers on top after Anthony Crawford's 5-yard scoring run. Tim Steyer launches one well over the head of Wolski, and it's going to take a hop at the 3-yard line, and into the end zone it goes. Some adrenaline there from Tim, and long field for the Tigers upcoming after the touchback.
He's generally good for a couple of touchbacks every game. Good.
A couple of quick score updates. Springfield up now 6-0, and Westchester Ruston leads 7-0.
Okay, no surprises just yet. Springfield with a long road trip up to 6A Harry S. Truman. Springfield, we are projecting to be all but certain to be locked in at the 7 seed unless Upper Moreland can upset Plymouth Whitemarsh. Then they would slide to 8. All right, here we go. Dave Bertolini in the shotgun give is to box out and first down. Gets a couple maybe. Leans forward into the arms of Jordan Drain to maybe the 23 or so. 2nd down and 7 upcoming. And Brian Box, sophomore, 5'10", younger brother of Charlie Box,
who was
a
terrific.
3-year starter here on the football field and terrific on the lacrosse field as well. He is playing lacrosse up at Cornell. All right, 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Again, shotgun look here for the Tigers. 2 receivers to the left. Box on the right hip of Bertolini, who barks out the shotgun signal. Back to pass. Looking to his left, now under pressure, steps away from one man momentarily. Connors on his back, dumps it underneath, does complete it for maybe a loss on the play. Marco Kauffman and James Fisher in on the stop. Did not quite see who caught that football.
Looks like that's 23 Ryan Wolski.
Okay, yeah.
Brett Wolski.
Brett Wolski on the catch. So, loss of a yard on the play brings up 3rd down and 8.
Speaking of the Plymouth Whitemarsh Upper Moreland game, it's currently 21-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh.
21-0 early, yeah. I think PW is a terrific, terrific team. They're a dark horse. Well, not even a dark horse. They're going to be a top 4 seed. I think they end up with giving maybe Chester or Upper Dublin all they can handle. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, back on either side of Bertolini. Looking out to his right, has a little bit of time now, firing to the sideline here. It is deflected. Nope, intercepted by Chase Nangle, trying to pull away from tackler, still on his feet, dances down to the 25, and Chase goes high to pull it in for his 2nd interception of the season. Well done by Nangle. That's a long throw to the field side, and Nangle makes him pay. Great work there by just terrific coverage. He had time to throw it, didn't he?
Yes, absolutely, he had time to throw it. Nangle just made an excellent play on that.
Strath Haven now trying to cash in on a turnover. Nangle checks into the game on offense. Austin Connor checks out. Nangle is wing to the left. Panthers moving right to left in front of us here from the near hash. Sam Milligan under center. On first down, they give it to Nangle. Sweep to that right side. Has some running room at the 20. Cuts inside momentarily, and he'll have maybe 6 or 7 here.
Boy, it took 8 guys to get him down.
Nice work there by the senior Chase Nangle, picking up 6 on his first tote of the evening. 5:04, 5:03 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven 8, Marple Newtown nothing, and now Panthers trying to make Marple Newtown pay for the first turnover of the evening. Bertolini threw 2 picks last week against Ridley and lost a fumble when he was sacked, one of 3 sacks allowed by the Tigers last week. Second down and 4. Wing to the left is Austin Connor. Again, 9 in the box for Marple. This is Anthony Crawford, who has not much running room, but still will find his way to first down yardage. Pickup of 4, and that should move the sticks. Crawford 40 yards and a touchdown on just 6 carries so far. And that will move the chains. I'll put it right on the 15-yard line with 4:20 and counting to play in the first.
Well, it's, Marple Newtown hasn't been able to get a first down yet. They had a second possession, turn it over on an interception. Not what you want to do, obviously, when you're playing Haven.
Currently yardage 4 to 66 in favor of the Panthers.
Trying to cash in on a short field here. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas. Give is to Austin Connor on 1st and 10. Bounces off one tackler and is dumped at the 10. Hard to see who the tackler is over there on the far side. Panthers running a lot to the short side of the field right now. But 5 more for Connor. Brings up second down and 5. Try to keep you posted on other scores as they come in. Bishop Shanahan threatening to add to their lead.
They have added to their lead, 14-0
There it
Chichester.
is. Good. All right, there we go. Second down and 5 from the 10-yard line. This is Fuskas. Running room, bounces inside, and he will take it on in. Bob Fuskas, very patient run, followed his blocks and found some room up the middle on the cutback. And Fuskas on for the second time here for the Panther offense. 3:16 to go here in the first. 14-0, extra point pending. 10-yard run from Fuskas. Well blocked off that left side, and nobody home in the middle of the defense to contain on the cutback. Ball spotted, kick is away off the foot of Tim Steyer. Plenty long enough and good. 15-0 Strath Haven. They cash in on the Chase Nangle interception, and we'll be back in just a moment to see what Marple can do to answer.
Hold on for a second.
On when you're listening live.
Go more slowly.
To high school football on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Tim Steyer ready to tee it up for the 3rd time already. 25-yard scoring drive for the Panthers. They cash in at the 3:16 mark of this first quarter. Bob Fuskas, his 9th touchdown of the season from 10 yards out. And here's a high-end over-end kick. It'll come down on that far sideline to Wolski, who is run out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And Marple Newtown will get their 3rd possession started, and they'll put it at actually the 32. So, Andrew's got his hand in the air. We have more updates.
I've got 3 quick updates. Downingtown West, Downingtown East, 7-7. Garnet Valley up 14-0 on Conestogan. After 1 quarter, Ridley leads Upper Darby 7-0.
All right. Again, no surprises, I would say, just yet. Downingtown West and East should be a classic tonight for what may be a share of the Chestmont title if Downingtown West prevails. Lots of 6A seating on the line there as well. All right, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right for Bertolini. On first down, the give is up the middle box for maybe a yard or 2. Give him the 34-yard line, so 2 more for Charlie Box. And it brings up second down and 8. And Marple needs to find a way to get maybe 5, 6, 7 on first down. It's their first down plays so far have been contained, to say the least. Box comes in with 667 yards, averaging about 6 yards a carry and 11 scores on the ground. He's in the backfield with Bertolini and has the handoff on second down, and Austin Connor shed his block immediately there to meet him along with Jordan Drain. He'll lose a yard that time, brings up third down and 9. So nice work here by the Panther defense. Box not finding much room just yet. 4 carries for just 1 yard. Third down and 9. Panther defense trying to get the football back. Checking into the game, Santino Fortebuono, Jr. Subs in for Brett Wolski. Mentioned only 1 senior starter for Marple on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, just 3 seniors. So again, these are guys that will be back next year and beyond. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Bertolini on third and 9. Steps up, running out of time now. He's going to scramble, has a little bit of running room, and Kauffman couldn't catch him. First down, he slides down near midfield, and Bertolini on the scramble has himself Marple Newtown's first down of the evening.
Yep. Broken play, but we'll take it. Garner Valley now up 14-3.
All right, field goal for Conestoga, and Bertolini picks up 17 on the rush. And Panthers do have to be aware. Bertolini can scramble, does a good job in watching some film. He does a good job ducking under tacklers in the backfield, pass rushers quite a bit. Knows the football on the 50. 3 wide receivers, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Bertolini in the gun. Motion man is Box coming to the near side of formation. They run off the backside. No, ball on the ground. They drop the handoff, and the Panthers are on it. Great job by Austin Connor to shove Bertolini away and then pounce on the football. Connor is on it, and the Tigers have turned it over for the second time in this first quarter. Strath Haven starts on the Marple side of the 50.
For the second time, this time just 15 yards further back.
Sam Milligan brings the offense back on the field. 1:08 to play here, and Austin Connor. And boy, that was a unforced error there. They just never connected on the handoff. And again, heads up play by Connor to shove Bertolini out of the way and give himself a shot to land on it. 2 tight end set. Milligan back to pass for the first time. Has a wheel route wide open. It is hauled in. A great catch by Bob Fuskas, a little high. Climbs the ladder and tumbles down at the 28-yard line. Gain of 20 and a Panther first down.
Absolutely beautiful throw and catch. If that's a little bit lower, Fuskas could be running into the end zone right now.
Nangle on the post occupied the safety, and Fuskas was open by 10 yards. Milligan to Fuskas sets up another first down for the Panthers at the 28-yard line. 43 seconds and counting to play in a fast-moving first quarter. Strath Haven leading 14-0. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas. And the give is to Crawford off the left side. He'll cut it back and dumped inside the 20 at the 19, but 9 more for Anthony Crawford on his 7th carry of the evening. Crawford comes into tonight second in Delaware County in rushing. 1,469 yards coming in, averaging 8.7 yards per carry, and the Panthers said, yeah, we're going to switch sides here. No need to snap it again as the clock ticks down under 10 seconds to go in the first. And, hey, can't complain with a 15-0 lead. Panthers with a good first step in trying to secure the Central League title tonight. Second quarter action when we come back. Strath Haven 15, Marple Newtown 0. Glad you're listening live or on the archive to high school football on havenfootball.net.
Are you looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back. Second quarter action. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Mike Mayer, Andrew Kauffman, Pete Fulginiti here with me in the booth. Mike Clancy working the camera upstairs. Strath Haven up 15-0 as we start the second quarter. Second down and a yard from the 19. And the officials will pause momentarily as the Panthers and Tigers get ready to rock and roll here. Strath Haven moving left to right here to start the second. Connor, Crawford, and Fuskas left to right in the backfield. Fuskas in motion, back to pass to Sam Milligan. This quarterback sweep, going to keep it himself, and he's got room into the secondary. Keeps his footing and bangs his way into the end zone. 19-yard scoring run for Sam Milligan, and the Panthers on the board again. Nice kick-out block leading away Bob Fuskas. He went in motion, and that was to get a running start to pave the road for Milligan on his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Milligan will take a knee and hold for Tim Steyer. Another extra point upcoming here. Evan Menaker will snap.
Catch his breath.
Ball spotted. Kick is away, plenty long enough, and Steyer 2 for 2 on the evening. Well, we'll take another short timeout. Thanks again to our sponsors. They keep it going for us week after week for, well, years and years now.
Yep.
On Strath Haven, watching Strath Haven football on havenfootball.net.
Gridiron Club is a fundraising organization affiliated with the Football Parents Association. We raise money to support the Strath Haven football team and other Strath Haven sports teams. We could not be successful without the help of the following key supporters for the 2022-23 sports season. Our thanks and appreciation to Jessica Mudrick and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media, Haven by McCann in Nether Providence, KDI Office Technology in Aston. The Haven Gridiron Club and all the student athletes at Strath Haven are grateful for your support. Go Panthers!
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Takes it in from the 19, and it's Strath Haven 22, Marple Newtown nothing at the 11:52 mark of this second quarter. Tim Steyer ready to kick it away again. Box and Wolski await at the 10-yard line. And Steyer lets one go again. High end over end kick. He'll back his man up to the 7-yard line. Looking for running room is Wolski. He cuts it back to the hash mark, and Shane Green there to meet him, along with a couple other white jerseys. Ryan Henry on the stop as well. Saw some of those guys in the JV game on Monday, Mike. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a good game, too. Ended up being 20-22, but it was a good game. And we're going to do a freshman one this coming Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So if you want to check back with our network, go ahead real quick.
I've got a number of score updates. Plymouth White Marsh up on Upper Moreland 28-7.
Get back to it after this.
All right. 1st and 10 for Marple Newtown here. Moving right to left now in this second quarter. Empty backfield for David Bertolini. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's back looking left now, back to his right, over the middle, incomplete. Looking in the mix there for, can't see who the intended receiver was there, but Marco Kauffman in coverage.
I think that was Box.
Falls. Box out of the backfield, couldn't find him. So Bertolini 2 out of 5 thrown it for just 4 yards and an interception. So slow going here for the Marple offense thus far.
A couple of other score updates. Radnor up on Pencrest 7-6. Ruston up on Unionville 21-0. And Springfield leads Harry S. Truman 13-0.
Okay, Radnor Pencrest is huge. Radnor with a win gets into the playoffs tonight. They're up by a point at the moment. 2nd down and 10 right here. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Single to the near side. Tight end to the right as well, and they throw the screen. It's short hopped, and nope, they're going to say that's a backward pass, I guess. And Panthers do well to string it out and make a stop over there. James Fisher on the tackle. They'll put it down at about the 30. So gain of 2. Was that, did not see who scooped that one off the turf. But
it
we'll
was
call it
Luke
a run.
Moyer.
Okay, so we'll give Moyer a rushing attempt, I guess. And
yep.
Pick up a couple. 3rd down now, and 8 to go. All right.
Good defense to stay with the play, by the way. Everybody could have just kind of relaxed after everything was an incomplete pass.
Play to the whistle, right?
Absolutely.
All right. 3 receivers to the right. Box over, box slot to the right. DeFrucio to this near side. Bertolini in the gun. Back to pass, looking. Has time. Steps up. Fires over the middle. Has a man. Tackled immediately by Bob Fuskas, but nice work right there. Picking up a first down is Brian Bogan. He comes in as your leading pass catcher. And out to the 39-yard line goes Marple for a first down.
That was a nice pass reception because he just sat right in front of the defender and made himself a target. Quarterback saw him and nailed him with the ball, and it was great.
Good
Great
pocket.
play.
Good
Yeah.
pocket as well there to throw. A lot of time for Bertolini, and on the money to the 39-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. Bertolini, the left-hander, gives inside. Not much doing. Jason Williams stacks him up and gets some help coming off the edge from Bob Fuskas on the tackle. Gain of maybe a couple. Panthers allowing just over 3 yards per carry to the opponents through the first 9 weeks.
Good.
A couple of quick updates. Ridley now up on Upper Darby 14-0. Radnor also now up 14-6 on
Okay.
Pencrest.
All right. Well, Radnor getting in could mean a rematch with Strath Haven, believe it or not. A win tonight would maybe give them the 15 seed. All right, 3 receivers to the left. On first down, they give up on the cutback to the right side is Box, and he goes into the arms of Big Ben Faribault for a couple more. Brings up third down and maybe 6 when they unpile. Clock continues to tick here in this second quarter. 9:15 and counting to play here in the second stanza. Strath Haven up 22-0 here, cashing in on 2 Marple Newtown turnovers in the first quarter. Brian Box, 6 carries for just 5 yards so far.
Big third down from Marple Newtown at this stage of the game.
They bring in the play with 3 wide receivers to the left. Wolski now wing to the right, slot right, I guess. Box in the backfield with Bertolini. He's in the gun on third down and about 6. Rolling to his left, steps up, has some time, fires down the seam. He goes, has his man. This is Bogan into Strath Haven territory across the 40, 35, down to the 32-yard line. Boy, when you give him time, he can deliver, huh? Nice job.
Well, that'll be an issue because obviously Haven's going to face people like this who can throw in the playoffs, and they better be able to get to the quarterback.
Couldn't get home that time. Good pass protection up front, and Bertolini on the money right there. Bogan with his second catch on this drive. Gain of 24 on the play. First down and 10 at the Haven 32.
Just at 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
3 wide receivers again. This will be 2 to the right. Single to the left here is Joey Yukonevich. Tight end to the near side. Motion man is Box. They give instead. This is running room off this near side. This is that Box? Yeah, that is Box. Motion man was Wolski, rather. And Box picks up a few. His best run of the night to the Strath Haven 29, gain of 4. Second down and 6 upcoming. Panther defense bending just a bit as Marple's picked up 2 first downs on this drive.
Couple of quick updates. Unionville now on the scoreboard, 21-7. Shanahan extends their lead, 28-0 over Chichester.
And Garnet Valley's now 21-3.
Okay. Split to the far side. Alex Gillen, Yukonevich to the near side. Box, slot to the left. Tight end to the right. Bertolini sends Box in motion. On second and 6, back to pass. Looking, has time. Down the seam it goes. It is caught, and great catch right there. Undercut by Sam Milligan near the 10-yard line. And let's see, down at the, where are they putting him down? About the 7. Box a little worse for the wear as Milligan drops him. But a nice delivery right there again. Box, his first catch of the evening, goes for 22 more.
I tell you, that's got to be some concern. I mean, win, lose, or draw. Haven has to find a way to stop that.
Actually, they spot the ball all the way back at the 9.
Yep.
Okay.
So a gain of 20 on that one.
All right. Still, 3 completions in a row now for Bertolini after a 2-for-5 start. Has Marple in business now, 1st and goal from the 9. Tigers threatening here with 6:19 to play in quarter number 2. Bertolini gives to Wolski and into the backfield, and absolutely not, says Anthony Crawford. Crawford buries him back at the 13, so loss of 4 on the play.
Loss of 5, they're spotting it back at the 14.
All right.
That's an excellent burst there from Crawford, recognizing the play and just absolutely shooting the gap that was there for Wolski to run through. And instead it's Crawford running through the gap.
2nd and goal now from the 14. 5:44 and counting to play before halftime. Marple Newtown trailing 22-0, but threatening right here. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Now they overload that side. Wolski comes in motion. Milligan singled up with him. Bertolini back, looking. Down the seam he goes. Has a man. It is caught for the touchdown.
That's actually
nice.
Box.
That's Box back in there on the slant. They've hit that play for years, and this time Box gets a half step. Bertolini right on the money from 14 yards out, and a Marple score. Nicely done.
Nice drive.
Excellent drive.
All through the air primarily.
Bertolini to Box. Connects for the 2nd time on the evening. And extra point upcoming for number 28, McMenamin. Josh McMenamin, new to the team. Ball spotted. Kick is long enough, and it is good. Nice answer there from Marple Newtown. And the Strath Haven defense breaks one of the few times this year, but Marple on the board now with still 5:26 to go here in quarter number 2. Be back in just a moment. Panthers will try to answer on havenfootball.net.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Dave Bertolini to Brian Box for the 2nd time this year. Catch connecting through the air for a touchdown. 22-7 now as Marple on the board as Bertolini to Box goes for 14 yards. And Marple's first score of the evening. Dave Bertolini completing his last 4 passes on that drive and got things rocking and rolling here for the Tigers on senior night in their home field. Strath Haven awaits the kickoff. Josh McMenamin has it teed just inside the far hash, and he lets it go. End over end kicks come down to Austin Connor at the 18-yard line. Connor looking for running room and tumbles across the 32, 33-yard line. And the Panthers with their worst starting field position of the evening so far. They've had 3 drives, cashed in from 55, 25, and 48. 2 turnovers in the first quarter for Marple Newtown helped shorten the field for them.
A couple of quick score updates. Kennett up on Great Valley 17-0, and Ruston up on Unionville 28-7.
Okay, so far, no surprises around District 1. Here, 2 tight end set, wing T behind Sam Milligan on 1st and 10 from the 32. Bob Fuska sweeping to the left, looking for blocking, and finds a little bit of it. Out to the 38 it goes. Gain of about 4 on 1st down. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Pilson checks out. Jackson Jeremiah in at guard and brings in the play. Strath Haven from the far hash. Moving left to right here in this second quarter. Bob Fuskas, 22 yards on 3 carries so far, including the 2nd touchdowns for the Panthers. 2nd down and 6, same formation. Anthony Crawford running room off the left side. Stiff arm, 1st down and more, across midfield into Tiger territory. They'll say he stepped out at the 48-yard line on that far sideline, and Crawford rips off a bunch more.
15 more.
Anthony, 8 carries for 63 yards already.
Quick update, Downingtown East now up on Downingtown West, 21-7.
Okay, East finding a way to get things going. West could be their first loss in the league if they don't turn it around. Here we go, 1st and 10. This is Anthony Crawford. Running room off the left side, right side, pushing, finding blockers. Into the secondary he goes and down to the 31. Crawford takes 17 more.
That's like a class on offensive running and blocking. I mean, it's just he actually. I mean, he was just waiting for his blockers to keep going. He would run faster. He had 2 of them out in front of him.
Faraball leading the way that time, and you've heard Coach Clancy for years in coaching those linemen. He says, "I want a 7-step block, 7 steps. Drive your guy for 7 steps." And
that was more like 30 yards.
Way more than that time. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 30, quick hitter to Crawford. They were waiting for it that time. Nice work there by the Marple defensive line, and you're going to get a flag.
Yep.
Usually in the neighborhood of holding. I don't know how you get holding in the
middle of that
on a quick trap like that, but indeed it is. So this will back up Strath Haven quite a bit here, back to the 41-yard line or so when they march it off. So see if they can bounce back here as they look at 1st and about 21 when they put it down. Back to 42, I guess. All right, so an 11-yard penalty sets it back to 1st and 22. So longer field now for Haven with 3:58, 3:57 and counting to play here in the first half. Panthers on top, 22-7, and looking for more here. Same 2 tight end set. Same 9 men in the box for Marple Newtown. It's Crawford, running room. He'll carry tacklers across the 35 down to the 34. Gets a good chunk of that back, and then some. So 8 more yards for Anthony Crawford on his 10th carry of the evening. Clock continuing to melt, but look, Panthers are just have to be content to say, look, we can play 4-down football as long as we want here.
Right, and they get the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Correct. So 2-score lead right now, trying to make it 3. Tight end to the right, Ryan Weinberg. Give off the left side is to Fuskis, and he'll bump his way inside the 30, down to about the 28. 3rd down and about 7 upcoming.
Yeah, Nat, well, we're definitely in 4-down territory, so they have 2 more downs, so they're in pretty good shape. Another 4 or 5-yard gain, and the 2-yard gain, and we're back to 1st down.
4 carries for 28 yards now for Bob Fuskis. Crawford, 10 for 89. Connor, 2 for 17. They've spread it around nicely. 3rd down and 7 here for the Panthers. From the 28, they go toss play to the left side. Anthony Crawford trying to find the edge. He'll lower his shoulder, and he's very close to a 1st down on that far sideline. I think he'll be just a hair shy. All right. Hard to see. They'll stop the clock. I guess saying out of bounds, not a 1st down. So, okay, they're going to mark it at the 22. Brings up 4th down and about 2. All right.
Timeout.
Timeout for whom? Strath Haven? Marple.
Marple.
All right, Marple wants to talk it over with a chance now to get a stop. First stop on defense for the evening. 4th and 2 upcoming. We'll take a short timeout with them. Be back in 30 seconds. Panthers trying to get on the board for the 4th time. 4th and 2 upcoming when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
All right, Panthers 4th and 2 now. Upcoming here from the 22-yard line of Marple Newtown. Tigers scored on their last possession, trying to gain some momentum right here. Motion man Fuskis. Give us to Crawford. Up the middle he goes for 2nd, 3rd effort's going to get him there.
Yep.
Not much of a hole, but he found a little bit of room. They'll put it down on the 20 and move the chains Anthony Crawford keeps it moving after a gain of 3 and a Panther first down.
Now we'll see if they're going to make a concerted effort to get in the end zone or just run out the next 2 minutes of the clock. I don't think they're going to take a knee. But
yeah, I think they're going to.
You've got 2 minutes to play here. You've only got 20 yards to go. That's
no.
10
I think
yards
they're
in a
going to make
minute.
an attempt. I just don't know how aggressive they're going to be yet. I mean, the play calling. I know the kids are going to run their hearts out.
1st and 10 from the 20. Wing to the left, Connor. And they juggle the snap, scramble for it. Let's see who's on it. I think Strath Haven pounced on it. Heads up play from Bob Fuskas as Milligan and Carter Law botched the snap. So 2nd down. They'll try it again from the 20-yard line. Ooh, could have been trouble there for the Panthers. I think to your point, Mike, you don't want to leave Marple Newtown much time on the clock, right? You're trying to score here, but maybe not too quickly. Josh Tiger Wesley checks out for the Tiger defense. Strath Haven with all 3 timeouts in their pocket. Clock ticks. 1:09, 1:08 and counting to play here in the first half. 2nd down and 10 from the 20. T formation behind Milligan. 2 tight end set. Play fake to Fuskas. Rolling to his right is Milligan. He's going to keep it and run. Has some running room. Cuts inside. He's going to spin his way into the 10, down to the 5, and down to the 3. 1st and goal to go. That'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains, but give Milligan 17 more. And 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Oh, boy. Oh, he's unbelievable. I mean, he rolls out. I don't know how often he ever throws it. We know it's not often. But, boy, it sure does freeze everybody on the other side of the line and makes them just try to guess.
35 and counting.
Panthers looking to cash in here. Inside of 30 seconds to play here before halftime. Still with 3 timeouts in their pocket. 1st and goal from the 3. Milligan turns Crawford off the left side, and he will bowl a man over, just flatten him, and land into the end zone. Good pad level from 34, and the Panthers on the board again with 20 seconds to play before half. Terrific drive there for the Panthers, answering after a Marple Newtown score. Penalty set them back to 1st and 22. They overcame that and then some. All of it on the ground that drive. And Tim Steyer on for the extra point. Ball spotted. Kick is away. Steyer up. Steyer good. 3 for 3 on the evening. Tigers will keep it right here, says Mike. Maybe Andrew has some score updates. I'll put a tweet out to let everybody know. It's Strath Haven 29, Marple Newtown 7.
I've got a couple of score updates. Springfield leads Harry S. Truman 21-0, and Plymouth White Marsh and Upper Moreland. That's now a 15-point game. Upper Moreland scored to make it 28-13.
And with 1:10 left in the half, Garner Valley is up 28-3. So that's kind of as expected.
Another update: Ridley up on Upper Darby 14-0. That game's at the half.
Anthony Crawford now up to 100 yards rushing in the first half. Haven leading now 29-7, and leaves Marple just 20 seconds remaining on the second quarter clock here. And as you mentioned already, Mike, Strath Haven gets the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
So Tim Steyer and the coverage unit looking to keep things simple here. Keep Charlie Box and Brett Wolski from any kind of significant return. And they go sky kick. Short kick will come down at about the 32-yard line. And good work there by number 26 rather, Paul DeFrucio, to make the catch. Bumped out of bounds on this near sideline and leave 16.9 seconds on the game clock here for Marple Newtown. So if you're Marple,
go deep. What the heck?
Well, you just don't want to turn it over and have somebody running the other way with it.
That's true.
Or a sack and so forth. But all that being said, the line has protected Bertolini well so far in the second quarter especially. And, you showed some prowess in the passing game as he's completed his last 4 on that scoring drive in particular. Bertolini now 6 out of 9 throwing it for 71 yards. He came into tonight completing 72% of his passes. So he's pretty much on target for that so far. Now Strath Haven wants to call timeout and just make sure they get a good look at the Marple offense and say, what are they trying to pull off here?
Right.
From their own 36 and just 16 seconds. Marple Newtown still with 2 timeouts. to use as well if needed. And you said 28-3, Garnet Valley on top of Conestoga.
Just about the first half.
Halftime at Radnor, 14-12 to Radnor.
Okay.
Close.
Bishop Shanahan leads Chichester 28-0. That game's also at the half. And Plymouth White Marsh is now 35-13 with 8:20 to go on Upper Moreland.
So can't say we're shocked by any of those scores just yet. And we knew Pencrest and Radnor would be a barn burner. We will try at halftime to dig up a Sun Valley Oxford score as well. That is a huge game in terms of the seeding. Let's say 12 through 16 seats. All right, here we go. Bertolini in the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. Strath Haven does not want to give up a big play here. Bertolini firing to the near sideline, incomplete. Working to this short boundary side of the field. Intended for Brian Bogan, and it goes incomplete over his head. Shane Green in coverage for the Panthers. And still 12.4 remaining on this second quarter clock.
I'll tell you, I really like their scoreboard. It's very, they use a real bright white LED light, I guess. Boy, you can see that from miles.
Yep.
And on these old eyes, it's getting easier to see things like that.
Don't have the ball on spot there to tell you where the ball is. We can find it because we have terrific setup here.
That's right.
In the booth. But from the 36, they'll try it again. Marple Newtown, 2nd down and 10 now. Back to pass Bertolini, looking, has time now, running out of it, rolling to his right, eyes downfield, still fires, and he's got a man near the first down marker, and James Fisher wraps him up, gets help from A.J. Glavicek, and will that stop the clock? Now they're going to say run the clock, 2 seconds, and then timeout for head coach Chris Gicking. Marple will have one more crack at it, and I think 3rd and about a yard, but about 54 yards from pay dirt here. They'll put it down, at the 45. All right, so completion to Alex Gillen. That's his second catch of the evening. Called a gain of 9, and we'll keep it right here with just 2 seconds remaining before halftime. At halftime, I'm sure somebody will talk about some other game going on tonight.
Is there something else going on tonight?
I don't know, maybe
Not
15, about, 6 minutes from now or so. And I'm sure
just a few minutes away.
Pete, Andrew, and Michael have plenty to say about that, and then I will try my best to dig up scores from around District 1 and District 12 to make some playoff predictions and projections.
We have another update from Downingtown. West now only leads by 7 as East gets a touchdown, 21-14. Minute.
Who's up, East or West?
West is trailing 21-14.
Okay, got it.
That has a minute 20 to go to the half.
Okay.
Sometimes these Easts and Wests are a little tricky to figure out when they're just coming across in text.
I get confused when it's Ridley and Radnor.
Central Bucks East and West are head-to-head tonight as well. We'll get a score update on that at halftime. All right, Cole Miller checks out of the game. Panthers, all right, they're short-handed here. Miller trying to get back on the field, and Bertolini back fast. And now I think Strath Haven's going to need to call timeout. They might have had 12 on the field there. And Jim Connor, defensive coordinator, and Mike Connor upstairs. You heard some yelling from above us. Yeah. Panthers now need to call timeout, and they should reset the clock there.
Should have 2.2.
2.2. So, all right, timeout, Strath Haven, and we'll, again, keep it right here. And this is
another update. Great Valley gets on the scoreboard. They trail Kennett 17-7. That's got a minute 42 to go in the half.
Great Valley on
Central
the board
Bucks
now.
East and West are now tied late in the second quarter at 14.
Okay. East looking for maybe a top 3 seed. West could be playing for their playoff lives. They're 5-4. 6-4 gets them in, and strength of schedule, bonus points, and so forth should put them solidly in. But 5-5 in 6A, you hold your breath. So we'll see what happens after that. All right, here we go. 2.2 seconds remaining here before halftime. Marple Newtown will try it again. From their own 45, 3rd down and 1. Should be the last play of the half, notwithstanding a defensive penalty. Panthers with 4 defensive backs about 20 yards downfield in what looks like quarters coverage there. Fisher and Milligan on the hash marks. Nangle and Glavicek on the outside. Motion man from right to left is Wolski, and rolling to his left, Bertolini. Back to pass, wants to throw back to his right. Back down that far sideline. It is going to be intercepted by A.J. Glavicek. Nope, incomplete. Took a hit as he came down with it. Couldn't quite squeeze it. Glavicek seems no worse for the wear. And the Panthers take a 29-7 lead to halftime, and the 12th man on that far sideline will belt out some pretty happy sounds. Strath Haven just 24 minutes from clinching a Central League title if they can hold on to this lead, but Marple Newtown showing some fight here on Harry Harvey Field, so we'll stick with it and be back shortly for some halftime chatter and a whole lot more football action. Glad you're joining us here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500. Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome to the At the Halftime Report with Mike Mayer, Pete Fulginiti, and Statman Andrew Kauffman. Tonight's report is sponsored by Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home.
And welcome to the booth here at Marple Newtown High School, where the score is Haven 29, Marple Newtown 7, and the game's been pretty much what that sounds like. Let me get rid of this graphic.
Yeah, it sure has, Mike. The same old. Haven running the ball, 3 power backs, great line play, 6, 8, 10 yards a pop. No one seems to stop them every week. It's the same story.
Yeah.
But what Marple did, though, in the second quarter, and they got to do it in the second half if they want to stay in this game, is pass the ball.
Well, it certainly seemed to be working for them, and that was their scoring drive, was basically 3 great passes got them into the end zone. Of course, they were trying to pass earlier, and they've taken an interception, and they've had a fumble. I mean, they've had some turnovers, which, of course, they can't afford to have, But the passing game, yeah, that last drive was really spectacular, and I would say that's really good for Haven to have to try to figure out a way to stop things like that, because they're going to see that, obviously, in the playoffs.
Haven's got to work on that in practice when they get ready for the playoffs. They probably won't have to worry about opening round, but if they advance into the deeper rounds in November, they're going to come against somebody that's going to be a passing team.
Well, and, the teams are going to see this film and go, oh, wait a minute. Maybe we can pass against them. So, but it's all a work in progress, as sports always is from game to game. So we'll see what happens. Now, Haven's going to get the ball in the first half. The 7 points that Marple scored obviously will prevent a running clock on the next touchdown, but we'll see. I think it's just a matter of time, quite frankly.
Yeah, 29-7, Haven's going to get the ball. If they go down and score, the game will be over. It's just a matter of what the score will be,
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's probably true. I think Marple's going to come out and try to adjust. I think, as you pointed out, they'll probably try to pass a little more, see if they can get some guys open. But, of course, in high school football, when you start passing like that, you're prone to make a mistake that's going to cost you.
And it's already had in the first half.
That's I don't know what I get the numbers here. I'll put them up on the
Marple's main problem will be, even if they can come out and score a little bit, they're just not physically big enough to stop the running power game of Strath Haven.
Right.
You have the 3 power backs, and then the quarterback Milligan. He's the fastest of the group. They have so many ways to attack.
Right.
And they could Haven could put the ball in the air if they wanted to. They just, they just haven't tried.
Right. Well, that's just it. Every time Milligan runs out, he sees enough ground or he can pick up 10 or 15 yards. So
yeah, that one pass to Bobby Fuskas
Yep.
for a big gainer.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would be there all night because they're crowding the line to try to stop the run. So
to give you an idea, right now Haven's got 187 rushing yards compared to Marple's 21. On the other hand, Haven has 19 passing yards and Marple has 80. So that sounds about
That's
right.
only 4-1 in the passing yards
but
department.
But time of possession's pretty close. Haven's at 11:37.
That's the only way they can move the
Marple's 12:23. But yeah, I would agree with you. I think the ground game's just not going to happen. The noise in the background is obviously the Marple Newtown marching band, who's doing something with screaming and yelling and carrying on. So anyway, but it's always nice background for us, so that works out. All right, well, there's a baseball game tonight, I heard.
Yeah, I think there is one.
It just started.
It just started, so we're not winning yet.
We're at halftime. This is going to be a series. If you look at it on paper, you look at the talent, the records, everything, it's a mismatch. But that doesn't matter.
Well, I think you're. I mean, look. The Dodgers were a mismatch. The Dodgers were going to blow everybody out of the water, and they didn't
how
make
about
it
the
past
Braves,
first round.
and the Mets? You know what they're all doing? They're all watching the
That's
game.
Right.
I mean, the Phillies right now, if you get a hot hand, that's all you got to do is get hot in October, and you can go all the way. But they got to win one of these 2 games, either tonight or tomorrow. Wheeler's going tomorrow night. If they can win one of these 2 and come home, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they play at home. I don't think they'll get on another flight this year. I think
I agree with you, Pete. If they take one of the 2 in Houston,
Pete's out of Andrew's out of camera.
They aren't coming. They aren't hopping on a plane again. That Thursday night game that the Eagles have in Houston next week, that's going to be a celebration.
Isn't that weird though?
What's also weird is the 2 off days of the World Series. There's Eagles games.
Yeah.
Sunday and Thursday.
If you're a Philadelphia sports fan right now, it's never any better than this. With the Eagles and the Phillies, the way they're playing, undefeated Eagles, Phillies in the World Series, they play every other game. There's no day where they both play. All
right, so you guys really feel that if they can pull one of these 2 games out,
I said they have to. I think they can.
Okay.
I really do.
But you're saying that would, in your opinion, if they pull one out, you think they're going to win the series?
If they pull one out and have to come back to Philly, this Houston team has not experienced what they're going to run into. Those fans are crazy. And they're not going to allow the Phillies to lose.
Well,
these are Philly fans that have waited 11 years for the team to return to the postseason. They want the postseason baseball. Now they have it. The Phillies are 7-0 at home so far this postseason.
There's no more. I mean, we're not going to live that much longer, but for a long time, that home run from Harper is going to. I mean, I was watching and couldn't believe it. It was like watching a Hollywood movie.
Well, the manager for San Diego, he had his number 1 closer, Hayden Hader, I think his name.
Yeah, Josh Hader, who they
warming up.
traded for
Nobody can hit him. He wouldn't bring him in. He left Suarez in there, and with each pitch you could see Harper getting closer to hitting it. He was timing it, and he just timed one and went the opposite way, put it in his seats. And
that was the end of it.
And for him to go the opposite way, that was a very, very impressive home run. The strength you have to do to be able to do that is just unreal.
Yeah, well, I can do that. All right, real quick, you want to talk about the Eagles game? Not that we have to be in a rush because we got a ways to go yet.
Well, they're 6-0, the only undefeated team in the league. They've had the only thing that I'm a little worried about, they've had 2 weeks off, but I don't think that'll hurt too much.
Oh, and their third quarters have been terrible.
Yeah, their second quarters have been fabulous. There's no logic to it, but
well, when you get up 20 points, you can kind of afford to take your foot off the gas for a quarter.
But when you play like that, and then you're not up like that by the third quarter, and then you come in with the same.
And then you see in the fourth quarter they close the games out.
I don't know.
They take a quarter to wake up. They score a lot in the second quarter. They take a nap. And they wake up again.
I think winning teams and teams that go to the Super Bowl play 4 quarters of football.
Yes.
Regardless
as far as this Sunday, Mike, the Steelers, this is not one of their better teams, and they have a rookie quarterback from Pitt who you put pressure on him, he throws interceptions. And this Eagles defense is awesome. They're going to pressure him and force him into make mistakes. I don't see it as a close game. I think the Eagles win by maybe 14 or 17 points.
Okay. The Eagles also made a big trade this week, acquiring Robert Quinn from the Bears, who's going to be an excellent rotational
last
pass
year
rusher.
had 18 and a half sacks, and they got him for a fourth-round pick. Howie Roseman is amazing. I don't know how he does it.
That's not what we were saying 2 years ago.
And one of the other things that Howie Roseman was able to do, not only did he only get a fourth-round pick, he got Chicago to take most of the money, and he turned the deal into a one-year deal.
He told them, you pick up the money and we'll take him. I don't get it. But
I don't know the
Robert Quinn had 2 more years on his deal coming into this at the trade, and now it's a pure rental for the Eagles. They have not affected their salary cap pretty much at all, and they still have plenty of draft picks if they want to go out and pick up a running back. Which
to people who are watching us and notice that there's voices but our lips aren't moving, we don't have enough space in the booth to get Andrew and the camera set up. It's not so I can get Andrew in the camera. So when you hear him talk, he really is here.
He's right over here.
I could turn the camera, but they'll never get it back on us again. So we'll let it go. All right. So we talked the Eagles. Phillies obviously are playing now. We got about 9.5 minutes left. We're going to go to a commercial break. Haven's going to come back out. They have the ball. I suspect they're going to be able to march down the field again.
Yeah, if they march down the field and score, I mean, it'll be over. But, Marple, their only chance to get in the game, to stay close, is to keep the ball in the air. They can't run against this defense. They're just
if Marple will find another way to score, I mean, there aren't been many scores. We've had 14, the opponent. We generally have 7 or 0. So that would be a big plus for Marple to come out. And Marple's got to be looking very much at, I mean, they certainly be in a playoff game next week. But I think Marple's mentality is, we're all so young. We're all underclassmen. We're coming back with full force. We could be something to reckon with next year. And I think that's absolutely true. Absolutely true, particularly with this passing game.
Not this week.
Not this week. Not this week. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break and bring it back. I'm going to turn on the music. It is Strath Haven 29 to Marple Newtown 7. There we go. And we'll be back in just a little bit on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's game. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scarpagnano Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulginiti, Andrew Kauffman, and Mike Mayer.
Welcome back to Harry Harvey Stadium here at Marple Newtown High School. Terrific work here by the Marple Newtown marching unit in front of us. And thanks again to Pete and Andrew and Mike for the halftime chatter. All things Phillies and Eagles, and if you're watching the Phillies in the background, hopefully good vibes there. A lot of teams around District 1 seem to want to get home tonight quickly and get that running clock going to get everybody back in front of their television sets to see the Phillies take on the Astros. As we have numerous scores that are headed for or already in mercy rule circumstances with running clocks. So we'll keep you posted on scores as we get them, but a couple games of note right off the bat. We're going to jump to some scores that will absolutely affect the 5A playoffs right away. So actually, I'm going to make myself a liar here. For Strath Haven fans, the big game to watch at the moment is, hey, are we going to win this Central League title outright, or do we have to share it? Right now, it's looking like they may share it. If Strath Haven holds this lead and Garnet Valley holds their 28-3 lead at halftime over Conestoga, it looks like both will finish undefeated and share the 2022 Central League title. So 28-3 Garnet on top of Conestoga. Now, back to 5A scores that are notable here. Kennett all over Great Valley, 23-7 now at halftime. I can't say I'm surprised by that one. That was in our projection for Kennett to win that one. My guess is Kennett ends up probably the 6th seed when things shake out later tonight and this weekend. Also in 5A playoff consideration, halftime, we mentioned, I think already, Radnor 14, Pencrest 12. Pencrest with a win still cannot get into the playoffs. It does not look like they'll be able to get in, but Radnor can. Radnor with a third win on the season, they'd by playing just 9 games, they'd finish 3-6 and likely the 15 seed if they can hang on to this lead over Pencrest. Also, big game. For seeding purposes, 2 teams that are already guaranteed to be in, but Plymouth Whitemarsh is threatening to go to mercy rule here against Upper Moreland. It's 42-13. PW, I think, is going to be a very tough out, a very good 4 seed that will maybe, if everything plays the way it should, could get Chester in round 2, and then could get Upper Dublin in the semis. Upper Dublin, as expected, all over Quakertown tonight, 38-0. That's a running clock. So there you go. Running clock, Quakertown trailing Upper Dublin. The Flying Cardinals will go to 10-0 and will have the number 1 seed throughout the District 1 home games throughout the District 1 playoffs. Springfield needs Upper Moreland to really come back to change anything about their seeding. Springfield, we thought, would be a 7 seed. It looks like they will stay there as they are all over to Harry S. Truman, 21-0 at halftime. They are in great shape there up in Levittown. Chris Britton will move those Cougars to 7-3, and they could very well be the Panthers' second-round opponent in the playoffs if all goes to seed. Unionville trailing Ruston. That is in a mercy rule circumstance now. 42-7 is the score I saw. This could be Pat Clark's swan song at Unionville, and Ruston getting healthy at the right time. They've been banged up all year. Now they have health. They have that wing T cooking, and if they're the 3 seed, that could be another rematch for Strath Haven from last year's playoffs, which, of course, was a classic in the District 1 final. Ridley 14, Upper Darby nothing. Ridley with a win would finish 7-3 and solidly in the playoffs as well. North Penn all over Abington, 31-0. North Penn, we kind of left them for dead to say, they're out of the playoffs. They're going to probably sneak in at 5-5. They might be a 15 or 16 seed, maybe even as high as 14, depending on how things shake out. But North Penn, in a down year for sure, they lead 31-0 over Abington, and looks like they will punch their ticket tonight. Downingtown East up 21-14 at halftime on Downingtown West. Again, that's for seeding. And CB East, CB West, Central Bucks West, right on the edge of playoff contention. A win tonight would launch them into a very good spot. And CB East probably trying to hang on to a home game in the first round. But they're tied at 14. So, again, that should go down to the wire in the first ever night game at CB East. one more score, and Andrew mentioned this one several times. Halftime, Chichester trails Shanahan 28-0. Shanahan needs a win and some help to get into the 4A playoffs where they only take 4 teams.
What you got?
We do have an update from Sun Valley and Oxford.
Perfect.
That game is at halftime with no score.
No score. Oh, okay. Both teams playing for what could be their playoff lives. If Sun Valley were to lose, they could miss out entirely. They're sitting there at the 14 spot right now. If Oxford loses, they still might end up as a 16 seed, but better become Pencrest fans very quickly. They could be if Oxford can't pull that out, they would need Radnor to lose. So again, you don't want to leave it in somebody else's hands. And scoreless at halftime, Sun Valley and Oxford, that should be interesting. And again, all of these teams that I've just mentioned, Oxford, Sun Valley, Radnor, even Upper Merion, could end up as the 15 seed and Strath Haven's first round opponent next week. So we'll shake all that out later tonight and see what happens there. And in the meantime, figure it out.
Another score update. Plymouth White Marsh now at halftime up 49-13 on Upper Moreland.
Okay,
so that'll be a running clock in the second half. And on the first play of the second half, Shanahan takes a 35-0 lead on Chichester to start the running clock.
Okay, so as we said, a lot of people will, I think, get home to the Phillies game just a little bit faster than maybe the anticipated.
Although, on the other hand, Marple Newtown, here they come. I see Strath Haven's been at it for 5 minutes, and Marple Newtown hasn't taken the field yet, but I see the coaches starting to come out now.
Okay.
Which is very interesting because the band was finished up well before the end of their 20 minutes or so.
Whatever.
So normally you see the 3-minute warm-up
They're probably
clock.
all in the locker room watching the Phillies game.
All right. Owen J. Roberts leads Pottsgrove 8-0. Pottsgrove is another team in 4A trying to hold on. And I think it could be them and Shanahan fighting for that last spot in 4A. One other Delaware County team do not have an update just yet. Actually, that game's moved to tomorrow. Interborough and Penwood is tomorrow. Academy Park and Chester is tomorrow. Interborough will, depending on how things shake out with Perk Valley and Pope John Paul tomorrow. Interborough could be the number one seed in 4A, and really that's been Strath Haven's closest game of the season. Go back to week 1, 27-13, a win over Interborough. They, I guess, held Abu Kamara to 127 yards or something, and held is a relative term for a guy who's on his way to 2,000 plus yards at this rate.
Well, I think that's probably one of the lowest yardage games of the year.
It is.
The only other game that was lower, I think, was the game where they got into the mercy rule and he only had like 105 yards.
Right, because they shortened
took him
the
out.
game.
Right.
Because they shortened the game. The game was the running clock in the second half, so there wasn't enough time to get him yards.
Right. All right, so as Marple Newtown makes their way to the sideline, we'll try to keep you posted elsewhere. But, our projection that we saw posted on the website a couple days ago, it seems to be holding true at the moment. Upper Dublin will absolutely be the 1 seed at this point as they have a running clock circumstance and are going to win tonight. If Strath Haven holds on here at Marple Newtown, they will be the Central League champs and the 2 seed. Ruston looks like if they have a running clock, they're going to win tonight, and it looks like they will, barring a couple of other bizarre second half turnarounds here, they would be the 3. Plymouth White Marsh solidly in front of Upper Moreland now. They're in a running clock. They will be the 4 and should squeak past Chester regardless of Chester's circumstance tomorrow. Even if Chester wins tomorrow against AP, I do not think they will have enough bonus points to outpace Plymouth White Marsh. So Plymouth White Marsh 8-2 will be stronger than Chester's presumed 9-1 record based on strength of schedule there and bonus points and so forth. So the 4-5 game could be very interesting in the second round if everything plays to seed. Kennett with a win tonight over Great Valley, and they're leading 23-7 at the moment. They would hold as the 6. Springfield is up 21-0. They would be locked in as the 7. Then it gets a little starts to get a little bit tighter, but I think Great Valley, with a loss tonight, still should finish ahead of Upper Moreland. Their 7-3 would be stronger than Upper Moreland's 8-2. So the 8-9 game, Great Valley versus Upper Moreland, looks like it would be out in Malvern at Great Valley. The 11 seed. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Skip the 10 seed. 10 would be Phoenixville. Phoenixville right now dealing with Springford. I do not have an update there, but if Springford were to win that one, I think Phoenixville will be. They cannot catch Upper Moreland. They would be well ahead of Marple Newtown, who I think will be the 11 seed, which would put the Tigers on the road at Kennett next week. The 12 seed and 13 seed, this is where it starts to get hairy. Upper Marion, as I have them as the 12. If they can beat Methacton tonight, Methacton, they're going head-to-head, and they might be right next to each other in the seeding. But we'll try to keep you posted on some Pac-10 scores later on.
Halftime in the Phoenixville-Springford game. Springford has a running clock, 35-0.
Okay, so as expected, Phoenixville will fall tonight to Springford, and Phoenixville should be the 10 seed and have to go to Springfield. So Chris Britton and the Cougars, he and I were talking a couple weeks ago, and I said, I think it's shaping up where you're going to be locked in at that 7 unless Upper Moreland can beat PW and would host Phoenixville. So that's shaping up as we guessed earlier. So really 14 through 16 is really what's up in the air. Upper Marion, if they beat Methacton tonight, they'd be the 12, Methacton be the 13, and then it comes down to Radnor, Academy Park, Sun Valley, and Oxford, 4 teams for 3 spots. So we'll shake that out at midnight tonight, but in the meantime, let's just enjoy the last 2 quarters of the regular season as the Panthers try to go to 10-0 and give Coach Clancy his 275th win at Strath Haven, 342nd overall. And, look, the Panthers are 24 minutes from from Coach Clancy's 12th Central League title and Strath Haven's first since 2010. So, hey, we'll try to keep you posted on other things, but I'm looking forward to just 24 good minutes here.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of quick updates. Springfield now up 28-0 on Harry Truman, and Radnor now up 21-12 on Pencrest.
Radnor could very well be headed back to Strath Haven in a week, unless Pencrest can turn it around. All right, here we go. McMenamin has it teed, ready to go. And here's a short end-over-end kick. It's going to come down to James Fisher on the run, who slips down. Tough break there for James as he caught it on one knee at about the 26-yard line. So long field here for the Panthers, and Strath Haven will move right to left here as we start this third quarter. So Fisher had some highlight reel plays this season, namely that Ridley game, but also turned that Springfield game around with a 94-yard kickoff return for a score. Here, the Panthers and their 206 yards of offense in the first half, 187 of them on the ground, will start 1st and 10 at their own 27. Milligan with 2 tight ends in front of him and a wing tee behind him. Faraball to the right, Kauffman to the left. And on first down, turns and gives inside. This is Anthony Crawford banging his way to first down yardage. Give him 10. My mistake, I said Kauffman in there at tight end. That's Ryan Weinberg wearing number 80. He of the 39-yard scoring catch and run a week ago. And the Panthers come out smoking here in the third quarter. 10 yards on first down as Crawford goes up the gut and took 3 tacklers for a ride. That was Jacob Eck finally wrestling him down. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers from the 42. Give is Austin Connor, room off the right side, into the secondary he goes, and he'll stretch forward out for a gain of 8 or 9. Put it down at the 47.
Give him 9 more.
Panthers just terrific size on these backs as well. Crawford at 200 pounds, Fuskas about 190, and 180 pounds of Austin Connor as well. These guys are big, strong kids running behind a big, strong line. 10:55 and counting to play here in quarter number 3. Panthers' third play of this drive, opening the second half. On 2nd and 1, this is Crawford off the left side, and he'll run into Lou DeLuzio and dumped at the 50 right there. So 4 more for Crawford and another first down. DeLuzio just a sophomore, one of several underclassmen in this defensive starting lineup. Aiden Curran has also been in the game at linebacker as well. He's just a freshman wearing 43. Weinberg checks out at tight end. Marco Kauffman checks in for him. He is flexed to the right as a tight end. On 1st and 10 from the 50. Milligan gives inside, and nice tackle right there.
Tackle.
Crawford had some room there, but nice job by 57, Jake McGowan. He's the leading tackler for the Tigers, and he's 14 tackles for loss coming into that one. And Panthers have not had a negative play tonight, but that was almost as close as they got. Just 2 on that first down carry for Crawford. Gavin Pilson back into the game at guard. 2nd down and 8. Tiger crowd trying to make some noise here on 2nd down and 8. The sweep to the right is Austin Connor. Following Pilson, cuts back inside, and again, good work here by the right side of that line, and Pilson pulling in front. Gets Connor down to the 33-yard line, brings up 3rd down and just 3.
43-yard line.
43-yard line, yes.
And a 5 there.
See, it's why we need each other. We work as a team.
Aiden Curran checks out, 23. Brett Wolski back in now on 3rd down and about 3. From the 43, Milligan under center with a wing to the right. Slow count here. Turns, gives to Anthony Crawford. Running room up the middle, cuts left. Into the secondary goes, stiff arm, carrying people inside the 20, inside the 15. And Anthony Crawford down to the 13-yard line. 30 yards later, Crawford takes a bunch. 146 yards on 17 carries for the Panthers' leading rusher. In the red zone again, Panthers 4 drives tonight. All have finished in the painted spot on the field there. So 1st and 10 at the call it the 18. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas. Gives to Austin Connor off that right side, follows Pilson and sheds a tackle and dumped inside the 10. Now they'll put him down at the 10. Call it 3 for Connor. Good tackle right there by the pursuit.
Actually, they'll put it down at the 9. Gain of 4 on that one.
2nd down and about 6 here from the 9. 7:55 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Strath Haven 29, Marple Newtown 7. T formation. Connor, Crawford, and Fuskas left to right in front of us. Give on the left side. This is Fuskas, who's going to go in for the 2nd time tonight. From the 9, Bob Fuskas with his 10th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Panthers on the board again to start this 2nd half.
Well, that was kind of as expected, I suppose. I'm showing on a replay now. Just a good, solid run. Broke 1 tackle, broke a 2nd tackle, and into the end zone.
Tim Steyer on for the extra point. Sam Milligan to hold. 35-7 is your score. Extra point pending. Maneker with a good snap. Ball spotted. Steyer up and through. 36-7 Strath Haven. Hot knife through butter has been this offense here all evening long. 5 possessions, 5 scores. Marple trying to keep pace when we come back on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven 36, Marple Newtown 7. Opening drive of this 3rd quarter finishes with Bob Fuskas finding the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. This one from 9 yards out. And with 7:39 to play here in the 3rd, Marple Newtown ready to receive the football for the first time in this 2nd half. Tim Steyer has a tee just inside this near hash. approaches and sends one towards Brett Wolski, who will field it at the 19-yard line. Up the hash mark, straight ahead he goes across the 30, stops just shy of the 35, and then is slammed down. They drive him backwards. I think forward progress robbed him of a couple yards there, I think. Nice work there by Fuskas on the stop, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, in addition to scoring, he even also ran about 30% off the clock. So we're at 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Of course, if it stays the same and Haven scores again before Marple Newtown, that'll put it into a running clock.
36-7, Strath Haven staring at three wide receivers rather. Bogan in motion, and the give inside is to Brian Box. Running room this time. He's going to sneak through the line, and he is popped by Anthony Crawford, and Box a little slow to get up after that hit, but give him 9 yards on his first carry this second half, and 2nd and short. Marple has not been at 2nd and short most of the evening. That's a good start for them.
Yep.
Score update from Springfield and Harry S. Truman. That's now a running clock, 10:13 to go. Springfield up 35-0.
Good work there. Long ride home from Levittown for the Cougars, but trying to shorten their night out there. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd down and 1. Box comes in motion, and they give instead to Wolski, who has running room and a first down. Marco Kauffman trips him up at the 46-yard line, and nice start here for Marple Newtown. They'll put it actually at the 47. So gain of 5 or 6.
I think Houston just got a home run.
Oh, yeah?
1-0
Solo
Houston.
home run for Kyle Tucker.
It's early. It's early.
Yep, bottom of the 2nd.
All right. Here, 1st and 10, Marple Newtown at their own 47. 2 wide receivers to the left. Bogan comes in motion now. And the give is to Wolski on the counter, cutting it back, and he'll get stopped just shy of midfield. Or maybe they'll put it on midfield here. Good tackling right there by
Sam Milligan.
Sam Milligan stepping up. Put him on the 49, gain of just a couple. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. And brings up a couple of substitutions here. They bring the tight end out of the game, does Marple Newtown, and likely to go back to the shotgun with 3 or 4 wide here. Lots of work to the boundary side of the field, to the short side here, and they line up 2 receivers to this spot at the bottom of your screen. 3 to the far side, empty backfield for Bertolini on 2nd down and 8. From the 49 in motion, they play fake, back to pass now. Throw back to the left side and a little screen set up. Ooh. Wow, what a great read by Marco Kauffman to stop it for no gain. Terrific job right there. Bogan with the catch, but going nowhere thanks to Marco Kauffman shooting in. 3rd down and 8 as Marple will try it again. What a great read and open field tackle.
And I would suspect Marple may keep it here if they don't get a first down right here, particularly if they get some decent yardage, but not the first down.
Jordan Drain and Jason Williams check out. Looks like Anthony Crawford may have his hand in the dirt for this play here on the defensive line with Ben Faribaugh and Austin Connor. Panthers show like they're rushing 3. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd down and 8. And as you said, Mike, possibly 4-down territory. Bertolini back under pressure, rolling to his left. Now he's going to step up and run. Has some space momentarily. Stopped there by Kauffman about a yard shy of the first down. And I think you're right, Mike. They're going to have to go for it here.
Yeah.
Gain of 7 for Bertolini on the scramble. And it looks like Drain and Williams will come back in. And Marple to the line quickly. Looks like a quarterback sneak perhaps here. And now, you're going to get offsides or you're going to get false start here. Let's
Calls
see.
from below us are obviously
rooting for
for Marple
offsides
to get the offside.
We'll see. We'll check the signal here, and looks like it's going in Marple's direction here. So they pick up a cheapie on 4th and 1. Just a very quick lineup there as the Panthers were substituting, and nice work there by Bertolini to get the chains moving into Strath Haven territory here at the 39-yard line. 4:14 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. Strath Haven up 36-7. Looking to wrap up a Central League title here, but Marple still with something to say. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Bertolini in the gun. Motion man is Box. Gives to Wolski, and he's going absolutely nowhere. Austin Connor in the backfield again. They'll drop him for a loss of 3. And Connor's having himself a heck of a night, isn't he?
Yep. Well, the Panthers are just doing well. I mean, listen, Marple Newtown is game here. The Tigers are doing what they can, and they're running well. They're going back to pass, nothing open. They're running for yardage. I mean, they remember the time possession for both these teams is fairly close to even. Speaking of which, I was going to show the first half stats. I guess the stats doesn't make any sense now.
All right, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left here for Bertolini. He's in the shotgun again. On 2nd down and about 12. They toss to this near side. Wolski trying to find some room off the edge. Panthers stretch him out nicely. That's James Fisher holding the edge and got some help from Marco Kauffman.
They do that so nicely.
Give it the 38-yard line, just past the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down and about 9. So 3 on the carry for Wolski, who's, again, just 4 yards rushing on 5 carries. Aside, Marple tonight with just 46 yards rushing, 21 of those on 2 Bertolini scrambles. Aside from that, the running backs have been held in check for the most part. 3rd and 9, empty backfield for Bertolini. 2 to the right, 3 to the left. He's back to pass. Looking, has time, steps up, fires down the seam. It goes. It is caught. Good catch in front of Chase Nangle. Nangle on the stop with Milligan, but that is Bogan again, I believe, or is that Yukonevich? Let's see. Turn around here,
that was
man.
number 1.
Yep, that's Yukonevich's first catch of the game, down to the 16, 17-yard line. And another first down.
And he was covered. There was a defender right behind him, but couldn't get a hand in front and couldn't really stop him, didn't want to cut in front of him. And I understand that when you're in a game like this, you don't want to let the guy get behind you under any circumstances. You can go for the ball, but boy, if you miss, that's a touchdown.
Empty backfield again. Same formation here for the Tigers. 1st and 10. They've scored on 86% of their red zone possessions, and now 4 cracks at it from the 17. Bertolini back, looking, firing to the outside, has a man underneath the coverage and tackled immediately right there by James Fisher is Bogan, a short gain to about the 14.
Was that Bogan or was that Yukonevich?
Yukonevich.
I think it was Yukonevich.
Yeah, the numbers, dark numbers. I mean, these are not the worst we've seen. I don't want to put it down entirely.
No.
We've seen maroon numbers on black jerseys from multiple teams in the Central League over the years. These orange are not too bad, but again, we'll say Yukonevich on the catch here after a gain of 4. That's his 2nd catch of the evening. 2nd down and 6 here for the Tigers. 3 receivers to the right, again empty backfield. Bertolini back to pass again. Looking, has time, fires to the end zone, has a man out there, and it is caught. Yukonevich, 3 catches on 3 plays, and he finishes the drive. Touchdown, Marple Newtown. Bertolini with time in the pocket and right on the money. Found a soft spot in the Panthers' zone, 13 yards for the score.
Boy, but they've been doing that all night. Somebody's got to look at some game film for practice next week, that's for sure.
Well, Panthers bend but don't break has been the story for the defense most of the year. They've broken a couple times tonight. Ball spotted, kick is away, and it is good.
And this guy's a new field goal kicker.
Yep, McMenamin 2 for 2 on the extra points, and the Panthers will have to get the offense rolling again when we come back. 1:02 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Strath Haven 36, Marple Newtown now 14 on HavenFootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with HavenFootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Touchdown from 13 yards out on 3 straight completions to Joey Yukonevich, and the Tigers answer on their only drive of this 3rd quarter. 1:02 to play here in the 3rd stanza. Marple Newtown has cut the Panther lead to 36-14. So Strath Haven about to get the football back. And McMenamin with a high sky kick signaling fair catch, and making it is Marco Kauffman at about the 36-yard line. And 35, I guess, and the Panthers will give him the 34. Okay, so
That's
either way.
Interesting.
Yeah, fair enough. All right,
But
so the
sure.
Panthers with now 76 yards to go, 66 yards to go here to try to keep that streak going, as they've had the football 5 times and found the end zone all 5 times. So Marple needs a turnover, needs a stop of some kind here with 1:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Each team with just 1 possession since halftime, 2 long scoring drives. Austin Connor in motion from left to right. They toss to that right side. This is Anthony Crawford. Running room off that left side. Stiff arm still on his feet. First down yardage, and give him 14 more out to the 47-yard line. Crawford has been awfully busy tonight. Just inside, outside. Panthers finding a way here. 159 yards rushing and 2 scores for Anthony Crawford. Panthers with 292 total yards now. And that's considering even a couple of really short fields. 1st and 10. Fuskas motion from right to left. This is Crawford one more time. Across the midfield stripe for a gain of maybe 4. And good push there by the Tiger defense, getting 3 or 4 guys to the ball that time. Number 87, John D'Addario, in the mix on that one. Brings up 2nd down and about 6. Panthers will...
And that'll probably be it for the quarter.
Yep, they'll say, all right, switch sides, which involves about 6 feet of space here.
Right.
They'll move from with 49 on one side to 49 on the other, and the Panthers will say, okay, 3 touchdown lead. Marple not going away, though. We aren't either. We'll be back for the 4th quarter in just a moment. Glad you're listening live or on the archive to havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa
Sure did.
and the Frank tank,
You know it.
and now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
4th quarter action ready to begin. Strath Haven up 36-14 over Marple Newtown. Brian Carroll on play-by-play, joined by Mike Mayer, Andrew Kauffman, Pete Fulginiti, and Mike Clancy on the camera. Here we go. 2nd down and 6 for Strath Haven. Off the left side, this is Bob Fuskas. Finds room off the right side on the cutback. Spins across the 40 and down to the 38, maybe 37-yard line. Fuskas rips off another chunk. They'll put it down at the 39 and move the chains once again. Strath Haven piling up now with 17 first downs as Fuskas takes 10 more. He's up to 47 on just 6 carries. Connor, Crawford, and Fuskas in a T formation. From the 39-yard line, rather. Fuskas one more time. Sweep to the left side with Pilson in front of him, and Crawford gets the block. Speed down the far sideline, pulling away. Fuskas, for the 3rd time tonight, visits the end zone. And the Panthers back on top on a 34-yard score. Crawford and Gavin Pilson just leading the way there, and then it was just turn on the Jets. Beautiful, beautiful blocking off that left side there. Billy Brown at left tackle as well. And now Tim Steyer on for the extra point. What a job here. 81 yards rushing now for Fuskas. Ball snap, spot, kick is away from Steyer, long enough and good. Sneaks it inside the left upright, and the Panthers on top now, 43-14 with 11:13 to play here in the 4th. Stick with us, be back in just a moment. Panthers score quickly. Marple's going to get that offense right back on the field here when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment. An AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven 43, Marple Newtown 14. Bob Fuskas, third visit to the end zone tonight. This one to start the fourth quarter, 11:13 remaining in regulation. A 34-yard run has the Panthers on top, 43-14. High end-over-end kick's going to come down at the 15-yard line. This is the freshman, Brett Wolski, with a seam right across the 35-40, out near midfield before he's finally dumped Tim Steyer on the stop. And lots of room there for the freshman Wolski. And they'll put him down, I guess, on the midfield stripe. Big gap right there, a little breakdown from the coverage unit. Well blocked by Marple, and Wolski untouched till about the 40. Quick score update. Downingtown West has taken their first lead on Downingtown East now. 11:01 remaining in regulation. It's 23-21. The Whippets on top of Downingtown East. Here, Marple Newtown trying to climb back in this one. Great field position at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10. Tight end to the right. 2 receivers to the right, and they run that way. Wolski off the right side on the cutback. He's into the secondary and has himself a gain of 7. Nice start there for the Marple offense, and best run of the night thus far for.
And in Houston, Phillies are down the top of the third, 2-0.
Okay, so
Houston playing a little bit of small ball there. A home run from Kyle Tucker, and then a couple of soft hits beat the shift.
Okay.
Gives Houston their second run of the night.
2nd down and 3 here as Marple breaks the huddle with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Bertolini again in the gun. Give inside, a little bit of running room for Wolski. Bounces back to his right, has first down yardage inside the 40 to the 38. Give him about 5 more and a Tiger first down.
Yeah, good running too, because where he was going, the hole was pretty well jammed up. Bounced back, went a little bit more inside, found some room, got the first down.
Strath Haven has given up 14 points to Ridley and to Springfield. 14 for Marple so far, and Tigers threatening again here. So Marple's offense starting to find some traction. Jay Curtis into the game now at defensive end for the Panthers. Again with 3 wide. Back is Bertolini. Fires to the right flat, complete to Yukonevich, who steps out of bounds there. James Fisher runs him out at about the 33 or so on that far sideline. And
32-yard line,
I guess. Brings up 2nd down and about 4. Yukonevich 4 catches now. That's the most catches of any of the
4 for 4
Marple receivers. 44 yards receiving. 2nd down upcoming here. Yukonevich checks out. Into the game on the far side is Santino Fortabono. 2 receivers to the left on 2nd and 4. From the Panther 32, Bertolini. Play fake, back to pass, looking under pressure now, going to keep it himself. First down yardage, and he'll wisely step out of bounds with Fuskas bearing down on him, but needed 4 for the first down, picks up 5, and that'll move the chains. Marple Newtown stops the clock with 9:33 to play here in regulation.
You know, if you're Marple Newtown and you can get another touchdown here, and you get into the playoffs, you can sit there and say, hey, look, we scored more points on Strath Haven than anybody this year, so yeah, we got some offense here.
Some momentum, and right now, the way things are shaping up, we think they could be on the road at PW next, at Plymouth Whitemarsh next week, or maybe on the road at Chester. We'll see. All right, Bertolini sends a man in motion. This is Yukonevich. Give inside is Zawolski. The freshman cuts back for a couple. Good work there by Marco Kauffman in on his ankles and stops him at the 24. Gain of just 2 that time. Not much push off the left side of the Tiger line on that one. 2nd down and 8. They'll try it again, and certainly 4 down territory, you would think. Trailing 43-14, still 9 minutes to go here in the 4th. Radnor on top of Pencrest now 28-26. So we got a barn burner over there. All right, give on second down and long and buried in the backfield. Kauffman shooting the gap, and then 4 other white jerseys in there to punish the ball carrier. Wolski dropped back at the 30-yard line, and Marple Newtown fans didn't enjoy that, seeing their guy squash back there. They'll lose 5 on the play. Brings up third down and about 13.
3rd and 14, loss of 6 there.
All right, so what can they draw up? Again, still, 4-down territory here. You don't need all 14 of it right here. Take 6 or 7 and give yourself 4th and manageable. See what they drum up here. Empty backfield. Motion man is box from left to right. Now he shifts back towards his left. Bertolini back to pass. Looking under pressure now from Faribault, steps away from it. Fuskas on his back and slings him down back near the original line of scrimmage at the 26-yard line. So to bring up 4th down and 10 as Bertolini finds nobody open and says, I'll just take the 4 you give me and we'll try again.
Yeah, that was Fuskas was great because he had room to the quarterback had room to run, but Fuskas came up behind him, was trailing him, and took him right down.
Plymouth White Marsh has extended their lead on Upper Moreland up in Willow Grove. It's 56-13. PW making a statement here tonight and looking to grab the Suburban One American Conference title. Here, 4th down and 10. Wolski in motion. Back to pass, looking to his right is Bertolini. Now back to his left. Has a man singled up out here. Incomplete. Outstanding coverage by Chase Nangle. Just no room to go with that one. And Nangle just gave no angle. Really no window to throw that one. Bertolini missed him. And 4th down goes nowhere. And the Panther defense holds and gets the offense back on the field.
And part of why Bertolini might have missed him was because he had big number 89, Ben Faribault, right in his face.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Got excellent pressure right up the middle.
That'll do it. All right.
Garnet Valley now up 42-3, 9 minutes to go in that one.
All right, so mercy rule over there. And right now, the Panthers, barring something crazy, just 7 minutes and change from sharing the Central League title with Garnet Valley. All right, here we go, 2 tight ends. Wing T. Milligan gives to Fuskas off the left side. Lots of running room again. Needs a block and gets it across the 45-50, carrying tacklers for 15 more yards and down to the 44-yard line. Bob Fuskas, and then you're going to get a flag. I think you're going to get unsportsmanlike here or maybe a sideline warning. All right, sideline warning at the end of the play against Marple. Now Fuskas is slow to get up. That was a shoe issue. Okay, he's fine.
Give him 30 on that carry.
30 more for Fuskas, so he's over the century mark for the evening.
I thought he was going to break it.
Panthers with
Came awfully close.
2 rushers now, over 100 yards. Fuskas 8 carries for 116 and 3 scores to go with Crawford's 19 carries for 163 and 2 more.
And that's to go with the team's 36 carries for 356, almost 10 yards a carry there.
Panthers
tonight.
375 yards of total offense and looking for more here. 1st and 10 from the 44. Hard count from Milligan. Puts the defense on their heels for the moment. Another hard count, and then they're going to call timeout. All right, Coach Clancy will say, look, 43-16 with 6 minutes to go. They may make some substitutions here. So some unfortunate, so they're going to make some substitutions. Some substitutions as the Marple fans upset with the timeout, but the timeout is to substitute and get the JV kids on the field here with 6 minutes to go. So we'll take a short timeout with them, maybe be back in just 30 seconds, and you're listening live to High School Football on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Duckling's Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today.
Welcome back. Substitutions en masse here. Strath Haven leading 43-14, and the second team offense into the game now. Jake Kitchen under center. He turns and rolling to his left is going to keep it himself. Cuts it back and finds a couple of yards off the left side and keep the chains moving, or keep the clock moving rather. down to the 42-yard line. So pitching into the game, Shane Green in at fullback, Jordan Drain at tight end, Jack Doherty tight end, tackle is your right tackle, Ryan Henry is your wing back to the right. Who's in there on the line there? That's 79 is Chris Cox is in there at guard. We'll get to some other players in a moment. In the backfield, Green and Mekhi Clark. And they give it to Mekhi Clark, looking for room off the right side, not much doing. Back near the original line of scrimmage, as got some substitutions now for Marple Newtown as well. Gavin Cooney, the senior, on that last stop, and it brings up 3rd down and about 10 here for the Panthers, who are just trying to keep things moving and keep everybody healthy. And Marple Newtown too now. You can't afford any kind of injuries to your starters with playoff action just 7 days from now. All right, 2 tight ends again. Dan Lash to the right, Jordan Drain to the left. On 3rd and 10 and a play fake, they go sweep to this near side. Mekhi Clark is met in the backfield. Just no room to run. Thanks to number 11, Kevin Moran, shooting in. The junior stops Clark way back at the 50-yard line. They'll lose 6 and bring the punt team on.
It was actually number 6, Luke Moyer, on the stop.
Moyer
got him from behind.
4th and long now, and the punt team comes on. That's Sam Milligan, who will kick it away. Brett Wolski awaits.
First time we've seen these guys for a couple of games.
Yeah, it's Milligan punted once last week for just 26 yards, but Panthers have punted no more than once in any game this year, and so just keep everybody in practice, I guess. All right, Panthers shift into position. Milligan awaits the snap. It's a good one. They come after it, but he lets it go. High spiraling kick. It's angling towards Wolski, but it's going to take a Marple Newtown hop and then off a Strath Haven leg, downed by Jackson Jeremiah at the 32-yard line. So Milligan pooches one down to the 32, and Marple Newtown gets the football back with 4:34 to play here in regulation. And I would expect you're going to look at some substitutions again on both teams as well. So it looks like Marple Newtown with number 42 checking into the game. That's Owen McGovern, the tight end. 52 is Luke Volpe, sophomore at offensive line, and your new quarterback is Jude Jellis. Jellis, 6'2", 172-pound sophomore, and they shift 2 receivers to the right, and at the bottom of your screen, Kevin Moran to the left of the formation. Jellis on 1st and 10. From the 32, play fake back, fires to the right side and incomplete. In coverage there, James Fisher, and pass delivered just a little bit high and brings up 2nd down. Clock stops with 4:30 to go here in regulation. Strath Haven 42, Marple Newtown 13, and now you're going to get a timeout. Strath Haven to make sure the defense has everybody in the right places. So we're going to take a short timeout with them. 30 seconds, we'll be back for the final 4 minutes and change of regulation. Strath Haven leading big on their way to perhaps a Central League title when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Marple Newtown High School. The Tigers with the football and trailing 43-14 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in regulation. Second team offense in there for Marple Newtown. Second team defense in there for Strath Haven as well. In week 10, getting ready for the playoffs next week. All right, give us to Aiden Curran. This is the freshman who runs smack into the arms of Ryan Henry and takes him for a little bit of a ride. Curran out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd down and 3. Curran will just a freshman.
3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3, rather. Curran is expected to probably contribute on the wrestling team this year as well. Ian Louis DeLuzio, who's in on a number of tackles tonight. And was talking with Tim Steyer before the game about Strath Haven's dilemma right now with all these football players also on the wrestling team.
Right.
We'll see how long this goes. Maybe a delayed start for the wrestlers. Here, 3rd down and 3. This is Curran with running room off the right side. A good cut back there. Takes it out to the 45-yard line. That's enough to move the chains and keep things moving for the Tigers here with 3:40 and counting to play here in the 4th. Nice work there from the 9th grader. Knows the football on the 45-yard line. 3:30 and change to go here, or and counting rather, in the 4th. Jealous in the gun, Curran on his right hip. Play fake and back to pass. Jealous looks, a little hitch to the near side. It is juggled but caught. Ryan Henry dumps the receiver. That's 24, Bobby Knapp, after a short gain of maybe just a yard. So Jealous connects on his 2nd pass of the game. And that's the 6th different receiver to make a grab tonight for the Tigers. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Panther defense includes Jordan Drain and Jay Curtis at defensive end, Brian Seals and Chris Cox at tackle. Shane Green on the inside with Sean Henry. Get to the corners and the outside backer in a moment. On the jet sweep on 1st down, 2nd and 9 rather. Good for 2nd down push there from number 21, Matt D'Angelo, the senior, on the jet. Turns it into 3rd down and 1. A nice 8-yard gain there for D'Angelo. Matt Jones and Mekhi Clark are your corners. Free safety Ben Milligan. And now 3rd down and a yard. Under center for the first time. This is Jealous going to keep it for a couple and enough to move the chains and grab another Tiger 1st down, their 13th of the evening. Gain of 3 for Jealous. And again, we will see how things shake out later on tonight. I've mentioned it earlier, but if you wanted to check out WPHT tonight, that's 1210 on your AM dial, or on the Odyssey app, they will have the WPHT High School Scoreboard show tonight to shake out some playoff scenarios. All right, give on 1st and 10. This is to Aiden Curran. Off the right side for just a couple more. Jay Curtis on the tackle. The sophomore, 6'3" defensive end. Seems a little worse for the wear as he gets up, but hopefully nothing serious. 2nd down and about 8 upcoming. Clock continues to melt. 1:20, 1:19 and counting to play here in regulation. Marple Newtown will fall to 5-5 on the season after a 4-0 start. Jealous back to pass, looking. Under heavy pressure is going to step up in the pocket and scramble. He'll find a few more. Nice little sidestep. Little lateral movement across the 40 down to the 37. Brings up 3rd down and about 4. So Marple, losers of 5 of their last 6 now. Not a way you want to go into the playoffs, and now a road trip upcoming. But look, they're going to battle, and they've got some talent on that offensive side of the ball in particular.
Yep.
Can make a big play here and there in the pass game. We know the returners are good. You can't count anybody out. All right, 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side for Jealous on 3rd down and 4. Back to pass, looking. He wants it all. Deep down the far sideline. Has a man out there, but incomplete. Overthrows everybody. Mekhi Clark in good position. Looking for
number
3, I believe.
Maybe 4.
No, 3's out, so that's Fortabono, I guess, is 4. We'll see when he comes back within our picture here. But incomplete, it falls. It turns into 4th down and 4 now. With just 20 seconds remaining.
Fortabono.
All right. Just 20 seconds remaining here. Panthers looking for one more stop. Marple looking for maybe one more big play. Fortabono checks out along with number 24, Bobby Knapp. And Jealous sends 4 wide receivers out of the huddle. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Panthers need one more stop on 4th down. Jealous in the gun. Curran alongside of him. Back to pass. Little middle screen to Curran. Lots of running room. 1st down across the 30. 25. Breaks a tackle, and Aiden Curran stood up at about the 20. That'll stop the clock momentarily to reset the chains, but down to the 20-yard line with just 10 seconds to go. And it looks like Coach Gicking will call timeout and give his guys one more crack at it from the Panther 20. We'll take a short timeout, be back in just a moment, see if we can't grab another score or two from elsewhere. But the Panthers just 10 seconds away from their 12th Central League title when we come back on havenfootball.net.
You're looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
All right, here we go. Back to Marple Newtown High School here. 1st and 10 from the Panther 20, just 10.4 seconds remaining on the game clock. Jealous back to pass, looking, he fires towards the end zone, has a man out there leaping and making a grab at the goal line for a touchdown is Santino Fortabono. Just kind of lobbed it up for grabs and finds a soft spot in the Panther zone with just 4 seconds to play. Jealous to Fortabono for 20 and a score.
Well, that makes him the most successful team on the scoreboard this year against Strath Haven.
Well, Panther defense, regardless, first team, second team, they won't like giving that up. But hey, if it's how you learn. Need to make some mistakes here and there. And now, ready to go here. This is on for the extra point, McMenamin. And I was just going to say they need an 11th guy out there. Okay, Marple Newtown has everybody lined up. And nope, not. This is actually Ryder Palabinski on for the extra point for the first time. Ball snap, spot, kick is long enough, and
nice.
It is up and good. 43-21 is your score. Just 4 seconds remaining. I'll send one more quick tweet out there, Mike. And
we can just talk. We can talk about the fact we're going to be doing the freshman game this coming Wednesday, which will be Strath Haven here taking on Marple Newtown's freshman team. We are going to put that on our regular video broadcast like you're seeing now. So you can come back and tune in. 6 o'clock kickoff will be on the air about 5:50 or so. And, of course, we don't know yet this coming Friday for the first playoff game whether we will be video broadcasting or audio broadcasting. It will be one or the other. So one way or the other, if you can't make the game, which we would like you to make, but if you can't make the game, you can either listen to it from us or watch it from us. So that's what the future holds. But, boy, if you haven't been out to a game or you haven't been out to many of them, absolutely come to a playoff game. I think it's $8 for a seat. Hot dogs, I think, are $1.50 for 2. Parking is free. Sodas are $1.50. I mean, it's, you're looking at Phillies tickets at $3,500 a piece, $5,000. Parking's $200. It's such a deal to go to a high school game.
you have to do it online, though. Make sure you
right.
take a look. We'll post that this week, but there won't be any cash sales at the gate. All right, here's a kickoff. Panthers trying to run out the clock here. This is Schuster with a little running room. That should do it. And let the clock run out.
They gave it to a second.
They put 0.1 on the 1/10 of a second. They're going to make everybody line up and take a knee. Okay. All right. Well, 0.1 second, and the Panthers will get to snap the ball one more time and then put their hands in the air as the 2022 Central League champions. Well,
co-champions. As Garnet Valley did knock off.
That's gone final, yes, correct. So there will be two champs in the Central League this year. As Garnet has gone for their 5th in a row. And this is the year that, boy, that would have been an interesting game to say the least. Jake Kitchen takes a snap, takes a knee, and takes the Central League champs to the midfield stripe for the post-game handshake. Congratulations, your 2022 Panthers are atop the Central League at 10-0. Good luck to Marple Newtown moving forward, and the Panthers will host a playoff game as the number 2 seed at home next week against an opponent still to be determined. We'll shake that out in the next couple hours, but we'll be back in 30 seconds to wrap up here. Glad you're listening to Week 10 action of high school football on havenfootball.net.
You're looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Well, your 2022 Central League champs are heading over to our favorite part of the evening. They go over and salute the band over on that far sideline. Strath Haven 43, Marple Newtown 21. In another just dominating performance, 350 yards on the ground for the Panthers. And, again, lots to look forward to, Mike, in the weeks ahead.
Well, we talked about it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, the way it goes is we will take, we'll because we're a number 2 seed, we'll take the 15th seed, and then probably after that we'll, usually all the seeds below 8 will lose, so then we'll start getting into some more serious football, more competitive football. There's only 4 games to the championship, so to the Central League, to District 1, and then it's right to the semifinals and then on to the state finals. So it can go as many as 6 weeks, like 6 weeks, right? It would be
6 weeks is the most you can have.
So, we could be around for a while, but on the other hand, it is, one and you're out. So Haven's got to stay on top of their game and play well and play hard. But it should be interesting. They've done so well this year. It's going to be very interesting to see as they get a little deeper into the seeds what the competition looks like.
Well, the first one, first 2 perhaps, if all goes well in week 1, could be very familiar opponents. At the moment, if Radnor holds on.
Radnor does hold on. They knock off Pencrest 28-26. Another final.
Wow.
Plymouth White Marsh 56, Upper Moreland 20.
Radnor could very, very well end up as the 15 seed. Strath Haven has already played them. Second round could be against the number 7 seed if everything plays. That would be Springfield. Strath Haven's already played them. It's always tough to beat a team twice in the same season, but boy, both of those games were convincing victories for the Panthers. And then it's starting to shape up and set up like you might run into Westchester Ruston in week 3. But, boy, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Coach Clancy would have me by the neck for thinking that far ahead. But that's what we'll do. We'll leave that to the fans and the fun part. The bracket will be out in the next couple of days. We will try to keep you updated on those possibilities in the days ahead as well. But in the meantime, we'll have stats and play the game and a whole lot more excitement in the next 48 hours. And like Mike said a minute ago, we'll be back on the air on Wednesday evening for the freshman game right back here at this field. It'll be Marple Newtown and Springfield and Strath Haven, right here in front of us at Harry Harvey Stadium. Thanks again to Jim Alsman and Chris Gicking and everybody here at Marple Newtown. It always makes it easy for us here in the booth. Thanks again to Mike Clancy. Fantastic job as always with the camera. For Pete and Andrew, wonderful job week after week. And Mike Mayer, who's masterminded this whole thing on havenfootball.net. Fantastic again. Your Central League champs are the Strath Haven Panthers. 43-21 tonight over Marple Newtown. Brian Carroll signing out. Good night, everybody. Great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.